Hello, hello. Hello, hello mga kapamilya, mga kapatid. Kadadating ko lang nag-massage, galing nag-massage. Kain pa ako, kain. Ay, siopaw na kainin ko pala. Mag-steam ako ng siopaw tsaka mag-milo. Kainin na. Bili ako kay Hong Kong boy. Tusok. Okay. Teka lang. Bigyan kitang ay jacket. Hong Kong boy TV. Hello. Shout out to you. Ayan na. Meron ka ng jacket. Teka lang. Mag-ayos lang ako. Gutom ako. Okay. Wait lang. A minute. Magsupaw ako. Dali lang. Okay. Kadadating ko lang. Kadadating ko lang ng bahay. Asan na slipper ko? Kakukulo lang nito. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kaping mainit. Sandali lang pong boy. Magluto lang tayo na. Asa lang aking matsala sa pajaki. May ganun. Oh, wait lang Sis Jovel. Hello po. Teka lang, meron akong premiere. Ay! Meron kasi ako. Mag-inom akong Milo at saka meron akong siopaw na bili kay vendor seller vlog. Okay, wait lang kasi premiere ko. May premiere ako. May premiere. May premiere ako. May premiere. Kadadating ko lang galing sa bahay ng client ko. Kapitbahay ko lang. Nagpamassage. Yun ang premiere ko. Sakto hindi ako na late sa aking schedule. Okay, wait lang po. Waiting. Sana kaya si Sarok TV Silago. Shout out to you. Kaya may utang ka pa sa akin. Si Sarok TV kasi kagabi nagpa-barter ng 10. Naayudahan ko na siya ng por ngayon, no? Attendance. Pakula ko ng tubig. Tapos mag-ano ako. Hong Kong boy, kumusta po? Okay, ano yan? Ano natin? Teka lang. Alam ko meron akong premiere ngayong 10 PM. May premiere ako. Susugod lang tayo sa ating premiere. So, walang laman. Ay, Premier Hong Kong, okay. OTW sa'yo, Hong Kong Boy TV. Play na. Ika lang kasi wala pang laman ang Gcash. Ay, Hong Kong Boy, di pa putol dikit sa'yo isa. Tamsakan, ay di pala maulto. Teka lang kasi meron akong Premier. Nangyari. Kaloka tong CP ko. Anyari, alam ko meron akong meron akong Premier. Wait lang. Pasugod sa Premier, mga kapatid. 10 PM ang aking Premier. Ayan na, may Premier ako. May Premier ako. Sino nandun? Si ano ang si Smart. Wait. Ingay. Okay, Hong Kong Boy. Mamaya tamsakan ko iba. Teka lang. May Premier ako eh. Ayun o, Premier ko. Ay, share lang natin. Andun si si Rose. Si Rosemary in Calvary. Wait lang pala kung shoot out. So, pakanta nito? Sopa. Ay, ikaw magluto. Ito lang akin. Dumpling yun, dumpling.
Nilutuan mo yung kape ba?
Siupaw ka? Si Siding siupaw din.
May kape?
Ay, teka lang. Milo lang yan nandyan. Wala na. Kasang daan na ako. Ay, nakaano na ako. 300 plus. Taob yung mga nasi nila yun. May siupaw akong nabili galing kay andun si Rose. Uy! Sobrang busy. Ay, mali. Ay, okay. Ayan ang siupaw. Yan. David House siupaw. 160, 10 piraso na. Wala nga lang sauce. Kaya malagay lang na 20 ang isa. Magkano isa? Walang 20 kasi 10. Steam. Wait lang. Kuya Perto. Tapos share sa dali lang ah. pala. Cut. Nagwat si Rosemary. Nagwat. Sana yung aking LS. Ay, lubat pala eh. Yan, wait lang po mga kaherba. Good evening to all. Nandiyan na si Guardian Official Vlogs. Si Sis Jovel Libang nandyan din. Tsaka si Jovel Libang. Tapos si Guardian Official. Gutom ako mga kapatid kasi may minasage akong kapitbahay pagkatapos ko doon sa tawag nito. Tapos na no. Sa Chronicle. Teka lang, wait. Sa 2nd Chronicle na ako. Ay, deliver naman ako bukas na herbal coffee. Chronicle 2 na 2. Dali lang, simpla lang po ng tapos kain siopaw. Ay, wala nang kape. Sipat lang, ay wala nang kape. Milo na lang to na. Milo na lang. Wala na palang kape, di ko alam eh. Sarado na sila kasi. Sandali lang mga kaherba. Ako ay nagugutom. Chronicle.
Chapter 1. The Lord honors Solomon before all Israel. The Lord appears to him. Solomon chooses and is given wisdom. His kingdom is blessed with splendor and riches.
May syupaw na
And
ako.
Solomon the son of David was strengthened in his kingdom, and the Lord his God was with him, and magnified him exceedingly. Then Solomon spake unto all Israel, to the captains of thousands, and of hundreds, and to the judges, and to every governor in all Israel, the chief of the fathers. So Solomon and all the congregation with him went to the high place that was at Gibeon. For there was the tabernacle of the congregation of God, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, had made in the wilderness. But the ark of God had David brought up from Kirjath-jearim to the place which David had prepared for it. For he had pitched a tent for it at Jerusalem. Moreover, the brazen altar that Bezaleel the son of Uri, the son of Hur, had made, he put before the tabernacle of the Lord, and Solomon and the congregation sought unto it. And Solomon went up thither to the brazen altar before the Lord, which was at the tabernacle of the congregation, and offered 1,000 burnt offerings upon it. In that night did God appear unto Solomon, and said unto him, Ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said unto God, Thou hast showed great mercy unto David my father, and hast made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Lord God, let thy promise unto David my father be established. For thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude. Give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this thy people that is so great? And God said to Solomon, Because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, neither yet hast asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people,
Mura lang kasi,
over whom
wala
I
nga
have
lang
made thee king.
Galing
Wisdom
sa
and knowledge
bibig.
is granted unto me,
Bukrito kanyan,
and I will give thee
dumplings
riches
yan.
and wealth and
Kaya
honor,
nagtrabaho
such
na
as
ako
none of
dito.
the kings have had that have been before thee, neither shall there any after thee have the
Dumplings,
like.
pwede siya ilagay
Then
sa...
Solomon came from his journey to the high place that was at Gibeon to Jerusalem,
Uy, nawala
from
na yung
before the
aking...
tabernacle of the congregation, and reigned over Israel. And Solomon gathered chariots and
Walang
horsemen,
asukal yan.
and he had 1,040
Bakit? Gusto mo may sugar?
and 12,000
Ako
horsemen,
wala na eh.
which he placed in the chariot cities, and with the king at Jerusalem.
Di na ako
And the
nagsusugar.
king made silver and gold at Jerusalem as plenteous as stones, and cedar
Ay,
trees
tapos
made he as
nandun.
the sycamore trees
Nag-what
that are
si...
in the vale for abundance. And Solomon had horses brought out of Egypt, and linen yarn. The king's merchants received the linen yarn at a price.
Okay,
And they
okay.
fetched up and brought forth out of Egypt a chariot for 600 shekels of silver, and an horse for 150. And so brought they out horses for all the kings of the Hittites, and for the kings of Syria by their means.
Chapter 2. Solomon engages Huram of Tyre to supply timber for the temple. Laborers are organized to do the work.
And Solomon determined to build an house for the name of the Lord, and an house for his kingdom. And Solomon told out 70,000 men to bear burdens, and 80,000 to hew in the mountain, and 3,600 to oversee them. And Solomon said to Huram, king of Tyre, saying, As thou didst deal with David my father, and didst send him cedars to build him an house to dwell therein, even so deal with me. Behold, I build an house to the name of the Lord my God, to dedicate it to him, and to burn before him sweet incense, and for the continual showbread, and for the burnt offerings morning and evening, on the Sabbaths, and on the new moons, and on the solemn feasts of the Lord our God. This is an ordinance forever to Israel. And the house which I build is great, for great is our God above all gods. But who is able to build him an house, seeing the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain him? Who am I then, that I should build him an house, save only to burn sacrifice before him? Send me now therefore a man cunning, to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in iron, and in purple, and crimson, and blue, and that can skill to grave with the cunning men that are with me in Judah and in Jerusalem, whom David my father did provide. Send me also cedar trees, fir trees, and algum trees out of Lebanon. For I know that thy servant can skill to cut timber in Lebanon. And behold, my servants shall be with thy servants, even to prepare me timber in abundance. For the house which I am about to build shall be wonderful great. And behold, I will give to thy servants the hewers that cut timber, 20,000 measures of beaten wheat, and 20,000 measures of barley, and 20,000 baths of wine, and 20,000 baths of oil. Then Huram the king of Tyre answered in writing, which he sent to Solomon, Because the Lord hath loved his people, he hath made thee king over them. Huram said moreover, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, that made heaven and earth, who hath given to David the king a wise son, endued with prudence and understanding, that might build an house for the Lord, and an house for his kingdom. And now I have sent a cunning man, endued with understanding, of Huram my father's, the son of a woman of the daughters of Dan. And his father was a man of Tyre, skillful to work in gold and in silver, in brass, in iron, in stone, and in timber, in purple, in blue, and in fine linen, and in crimson. Also to grave any manner of graving, and to find out every device which shall be put to him, with thy cunning men, and with the cunning men of my lord David thy father. Now therefore the wheat, and the barley, the oil, and the wine, which my Lord hath spoken of, let him send unto his
Butong
servants.
traditional
And
Lilir
we
TV
will cut
kain
wood out of
po.
Lebanon, as much as thou shalt need. And we will bring it
Premiere
to
ko
thee
si
in floats by
Rosemary
sea
lang
to
nanood.
Joppa, and thou shalt carry it up to Jerusalem. And Solomon
Pagdating
numbered
ko
all the
mag-check-in nga
strangers
eh.
that were in the land of Israel, after the numbering wherewith
Kain
David his
tupaw.
father had numbered them. And they were
Nangitang
found
ako kaano.
150,000 and 3,600. And he set 70,000 and 10,000 of them to be bearers of burdens, and 80,000 to be hewers in the mountain, and 3,600 overseers to set the people a work.
Chapter 3. Solomon begins to build the temple. He makes the veil and the pillars, and uses much gold and many precious stones.
Then Solomon began to build the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, in Mount Moriah, where the Lord appeared unto David his father,
Tapos na
in the place
LS
that
mo.
David had prepared in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And he began to build in the second day of the second month, in the fourth year of his reign.
Traditional healer.
Now these are
Flight
the
na
things
po ni
wherein
ano
Solomon was instructed
ni
for the building of the house
Ilocanang
of God.
OFW.
The length by cubits after the first measure, was 80 cubits, and the breadth 20 cubits. And the porch that was in the front of the
Asan
house,
siupaw mo?
the length of it was according to the breadth of the house,
Ayun.
20 cubits. And the height was 120. And he overlaid it within with pure gold.
Bukas
And
na
the
flight
house
niya.
he sealed with fir tree, which he overlaid with fine gold. And set
Wish
them
matuloy-tuloy niya YouTube doon, no?
And he garnished the house with precious stones
Mga
for
may
working.
wifi sana
And
yung
the gold was
amo niya.
gold of Parvail. He overlaid also the house, the beams, the posts, and the walls thereof, and the doors thereof with gold, and graved cherubims on
Ihatid
the
nyo.
walls. And he made the most holy house. The length whereof was according to the breadth of the
Nagmassage
house,
ako.
20
Pagdating ko ng
cubits,
bahay, natid
and the
lang
breadth
po.
thereof 20 cubits. And he overlaid
Tapos,
it with fine
ito lang,
gold,
kapitbahay ko.
amounting to 600
Para may
talents.
pambayad ako kay
And the
Ruby.
weight of the nails was 50
Nanangay
shekels
ako
of
ng
gold.
paninda ni Ruby.
And he overlaid
Ni
the upper
Vendor
chambers
Sailor
with
Vlog
gold.
na
And in the
nanangay
most
ako
holy
ng
house,
paninda.
he made 2 cherubims of image work, and overlaid them with gold.
Ah,
And the wings of the cherubims were 20 cubits long. One wing of the one
mayayaman
cherub
naman
was
yung
5
mga
cubits,
nag-hire ng ano.
reaching to the wall of the house. And the other wing was likewise 5 cubits, reaching
Matanda
to the
na,
wing of the
matanda
other
na daw.
cherub. And one
Nag-interview
wing
sa
of the
kanya.
other cherub was 5 cubits,
Sana
reaching
mabait.
to the wall of the
Ano.
house. And the other wing was 5 cubits also,
Sanay na pala yung
joining to the
pabalik-balik
wing
sa
of the other cherub.
abroad, ano.
The wings of these cherubims spread themselves
Tulo
forth
ko.
20
May
cubits,
naloob ko.
and they stood on their feet, and their faces were inward. And he made the veil of
Di
blue,
bali
and
maghirap sa
purple,
Pinas.
and crimson, and fine linen, and wrought cherubims
Bagay,
thereof.
laki ng bahay niya sa
Also
probinsya,
he
no?
made before the house 2
Ano?
pillars of 30 and 5 cubits high. And the
Ang
chapiter
lawak niyang
that was
lote
on
niya
the
sa
top of each of
probinsya.
them was 5 cubits. And he made chains,
Hindi ako makapasok
as in
sa
the oracle, and
live
put
mo
them on the
kanina
heads of
gawa
the
ng ano.
pillars, and made 100 pomegranates, and put them on the
Alam mo
chains.
kakamadali ko.
And he reared up the pillars before the
Yung
temple,
katabi namin
one on the
nagtitinda
right
ng
hand,
inihaw.
and the other on the left.
Itry ko
And
dun
called the
bumili,
name
hindi
of that on the
masarap.
right hand,
Na,
Jacob.
iniwan pa nila
And the
yung
name of that on
tatlong
the left,
balat ng
Boaz.
baboy. 45 pesos din yun, binayadan ko
Chapter
din
4.
nila na. Sabi ko,
Solomon
Ruby,
makes a basin,
pinicturan ko
places
yung
it on 12
inihaw
oxen.
na naiuwi ko.
The altar basins,
Ruby, wala
pots,
dito
and
yung
various
ano,
items
pagbungad
on
ko, wala dito yung
Moreover, he
tatlong
made an altar of brass, 20
yung
cubits the
balat
length
ng
thereof,
baboy.
and 20 cubits the breadth thereof, and 10 cubits the height thereof.
Dali-dali ko
Also
sinat si
he made a
Ruby.
molten sea of 10 cubits from brim to brim, round in compass, and 5 cubits the height thereof. And a line of 30 cubits did compass it round about.
Ah,
And
tama.
under it was the
Kasi,
similitude of oxen,
yung,
which did compass it round about,
ito nga
10 in a
yung
cubit,
kapitbahay,
compassing the sea round about.
kapitbahay namin na
2 rows of oxen were
ang
cast. When it was
kumplito ng
cast,
paninda sa sari-sari store lang, no?
3 looking toward the north, and 3 looking
Kumpleto
toward the
ng
west,
paninda.
and
O
3
na,
looking toward the south,
napaganda,
and 3 looking
napaganda
toward
na
the
yung
east. And the
bahay
sea
sa
was set above upon them,
sari-sari store
and
lang.
all their hinder parts were
Basta
inward,
marunong ka mawak pera.
and the thickness of it was an handbreadth.
Oo,
And the brim of
maganda
it
negosyo
like the
muna
work of the
kasi
brim of a cup,
sa
with
negosyo,
flowers of lilies.
mapalago
And it
mo yan.
received and held
Pwede kang
3,000
dyan
baths.
kukuha ng,
He made also 10 lavers,
ng ano,
and put 5 on the right hand, and 5 on the left,
ng
to
pampagawa
wash it.
ng bahay.
Such things as they offered for the burnt offering, they washed in them. But the sea was for the priests to wash in. And he made 10 candlesticks of gold according to their form,
Ang
and
dali
set
lang.
them in the temple, 5 on the right hand,
Wala pa si
and
mami
5
eh.
on the left. He made also 10 tables, and placed them in the
Ay,
temple,
share ko lang. Dala.
5 on the right side, and 5 on the left. And he made 100 basins of gold. Furthermore, he made the court of the priests, and the great court, and doors for the court, and overlaid the doors of them with brass. And he set the sea on the right side of the east end, over
Hindi ko
against
na
the
share
south.
yung
And Huram made the pots,
premiere
and the
ko.
shovels, and the basins. And Huram finished the work that he was to make for King Solomon for the house of God, to wit, the 2 pillars, and the pommels, and the chapiters which were on the top of the 2 pillars, and the 2 wreaths to cover the 2 pommels of the chapiters which were on the top of the pillars, and 400 pomegranates on the 2 wreaths. 2 rows of pomegranates on each wreath to cover the 2 pommels of the chapiters which were upon the pillars. He made also bases, and lavers made he upon the bases. 1 sea, and 12 oxen under it. The pots also, and the shovels, and the flesh hooks, and all their instruments, did Huram his father make to
Nagpatamsak
King
si
Solomon for the house of the Lord
Sis
of
Jobel.
bright brass. In the
Ah,
plain of Jordan did the
sa
king
Hong
cast
Kong
them,
Boy TV pa
in
lang
the clay
nandyan,
ground between
nagpatamsak ng
Succoth
premier.
and Zeredathah. Thus Solomon made all these vessels in great abundance, for the weight of the brass could not be found out. And Solomon made all the vessels that were for the house of God, the golden altar
Sarap
also,
supaw kahit
and the
walang
tables
sauce.
whereon the showbread was set.
Mas type ko
Moreover,
walang
the
sauce.
candlesticks with their lamps, that they should burn after the manner before the oracle, of pure
Teka
gold.
lang, mag-share lang tayo
And
kay
the
namin.
flowers and the lamps and the
Kaya sabi
tongs
ni namin.
made he of gold, and that perfect gold. And the snuffers,
Sumugod
and
sa
the
premiere
basins
ko
and
si
the
ano lang
spoons, and the censers of pure gold. And the entry of the house, the inner doors thereof for the most holy place, and the doors of the house of the temple were of gold.
Baayos ka pa.
Chapter 5. The temple is finished, and the Ark of the Covenant is placed in the Holy of Holies. The glory of the Lord fills the temple.
Thus all the work that Solomon made for the house of the Lord was finished. And Solomon brought in all the things that David his father had dedicated. And the silver, and the gold, and all the instruments, put he among the treasures of the house of God. Then Solomon assembled the elders of Israel, and all the heads of the tribes, the chief of the fathers of the children of Israel, unto Jerusalem, to bring up the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of the city of David, which is Zion. Wherefore all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto the king in the feast which was in the 7th month. And all the elders
Sino
of
pa?
Israel came, and the Levites took up
Tamsakan
the ark.
natin. Ay, si Jobel
And they brought
nag-ano
up the
lang.
ark, and the tabernacle
Tawag
of the
nito na...
congregation, and all the holy vessels that were in the tabernacle.
Itong pinanood
These
ko.
did the priests and the Levites
Hindi
bring
ito.
up. Also King Solomon, and all the congregation of Israel that were assembled unto him before the ark, sacrificed sheep and oxen, which could not be told nor numbered for multitude. And the priests brought in the ark of the covenant of the Lord unto his
Nasend ko
place,
pa pala yung
to the oracle
video
of the
na
house,
bumili si
into
Mang
the most
Nanding ng
holy place,
kape.
even under the wings of the
I-edit mo na
cherubims. For the
yung naghilot
cherubims
si Mang
spread forth
Nanding
their
ng
wings
bata.
over the place
Dalawang
of the
video
ark,
yun.
and the cherubims covered the ark, and the staves
Mga
thereof above.
7 minutes din
And they
yun.
drew out the staves of the ark, that the ends of the staves were seen from the ark before the oracle. But they were not
Maga
seen
naman
without.
ako kasi. Thanks
And there it is
Lord.
unto this
May
day.
client
There was
bukas.
nothing in the ark,
Kailangan
save the 2
mag-ipon pang
tables
bayad
which
ng
Moses
ano.
put therein at Horeb, when the Lord made a covenant with the children of
Deliver ng
Israel, when
kape.
they came out of Egypt.
Eh,
And it
pa
came
ako
to
to.
pass, when the
Pati
priests
na mo
were
pa.
come out of the holy
Eh, ikaw na
place,
pa.
for all the priests that were
Ba yun?
present were
Utusan pa
sanctified,
ako.
and did not then wait
Ay,
for
may
the
ano lang
corpse.
kasi.
Also the Levites, which were the singers, all of them of Asaph, of Heman, of Jeduthun, with their sons and
Hindi,
their brethren,
nasa messenger mo, senen ko yung mga
having cymbals and psalteries and
ni-record ko.
harps,
Hala,
stood at the east end of the altar.
di mo
And
binidyoan
with
si
them
Mayo
120 priests
pag
sounding with trumpets.
pag-greeting sa
It came even
akin.
to pass, as the trumpeters and
Dapat
singers were
binidyoan
as
ko na
one,
si
to make
Mayo.
one sound to be heard in praising and thanking the Lord. And when they lifted up their voice with the trumpets and cymbals and instruments of music, and
Wait lang,
praised the
mag-share
Lord,
lang ako.
saying, For he is good, for his
Bukas
mercy
meron
endureth
akong
forever.
client sa
But then the house was filled with a cloud, even
Barangay
the house of the
Rizal.
Lord, so that the
Pambayad
priests
ko
could not
ng
stand to
oops.
minister by
Ay,
reason of the cloud, for the glory of the Lord had filled the house of God.
Chapter 6.
chapter
Solomon blesses
6.
the congregation
Ba't
of
6?
Israel. He offers the dedicatory prayer for the temple.
Dapat
He
chapter
prays for mercy
6.
and blessings
Ay,
for penitent Israel.
Then said Solomon, The Lord hath said
ay
that
na,
he would dwell
malilito,
in the thick
malilito
darkness.
talaga ako sa
But I have
ano.
built an house of habitation for thee, and a
Next,
place for thy dwelling forever.
nakagawa ko
And
ng
the king
tatlong
turned his
alagad.
face, and blessed the whole congregation of
Ayudahan
Israel.
kita.
And all congregation of
Tapos
Israel
na ako
stood,
kay Jobel
and
na.
he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel,
Okay,
who
guardian
hath with his
tayo.
hands fulfilled
Na,
that which he
tulungan na
spake
natin
with
si
his
guardian.
mouth to my father David, saying, Since the day that I brought
Agoy
forth my
ko.
people out of the land of
O,
Egypt,
sandali.
I chose
Tutulog
no
na daw
city
si
among
guardian.
all the tribes of Israel to build an house in, that my name might be there. Neither chose I any man to be a ruler over
Kikita
my
mo na
people
lang sa
Israel,
your videos.
but
Putak
I
sa
have chosen
library. Then
Jerusalem,
your
that my
videos.
name might be
Makita
there,
mo na yung premiere.
and have chosen
Hala, ano
David
oras
to be over
premiere mo
my people
bukas? Premiere
Israel.
din ni Mami.
Now it was in the heart of David my
Premiere ni
father
Mami.
to build an
Alas
house
3
for
ba?
the name of the Lord God of Israel.
Ay,
But the
10:30.
Lord said to
Sa'yo,
David my
10:30.
father, Forasmuch as it was in thine heart to build an house for my name, thou
Oh,
didst well, in that it was in thine heart.
bumili na
Notwithstanding,
lalo.
thou
To
shalt
guys,
not build the
dapat
house,
yung traditional
but thy
healer
son,
mo yung
which shall come forth out
pagtataas
of
mo
thine
ng
loins, he shall
matris,
build the house for my
pagtataas mo
name.
ng matris,
The Lord
pagbibintusa
therefore hath
mo,
performed his
yun
word
dapat
that he hath
laging
spoken.
laman ng video
For
mo.
I am risen up
Yun
in
ang
the room of
damihan
David
mo.
my father, and am set on the throne of
Sige,
Israel,
pwede na yan.
as the Lord
I-premiere
promised,
natin.
and have built the house for the name
Teka
of the
lang ha,
Lord
busy,
God of
busy
Israel.
pa.
And
Kailangan
in it
kong
have I put the
humataw
ark,
kaso yung kinita ko
wherein
ngayon
is the
tama lang
covenant of the
pinambiling
Lord
ulam.
that he made with the children
Baka
of
magkano
Israel.
rin ako.
And he stood before the altar of the Lord in the presence of all the
Baka
congregation of
magkano
Israel,
rin ako.
and spread forth
Kaso
his hands.
bumili
For
akong
Solomon had
dumplings,
made a brazen
180
scaffold of 5
bukas ko
cubits long
nabayadan pala yun.
and 5 cubits broad,
Tapos
and
siopaw,
3 cubits high,
160.
and had set it in the midst of the
300
court.
plus na.
And upon it he
Inihaw.
stood, and kneeled down
100,
upon
grabe
his knees
400 na
before
agad.
all the congregation
Plus
of
ngayon na
Israel,
biling
and
itlog.
spread forth his
500
hands
na agad
toward
nilabas
heaven,
ko isang araw.
and said, O Lord God of Israel, there is no God like thee in the heaven, nor in the earth, which keepest covenant,
Tulog na.
and showest mercy unto thy
After
servants that walk
10:30 PM
before
sa'yo
thee
na,
with all
sige.
their hearts.
Ang
Thou
akin
which hast
10.
kept with thy servant David my father
Dapat 11
that
na
which
lang
thou
ang
hast promised him,
premiere ko.
and spakest
Ika,
with thy
iset
mouth,
ko mamaya
and hast
11 ng
fulfilled it with
premiere ko.
thine hand,
Mali,
as it
premiere
is
ko
this day.
kanina 10 PM.
Now
So
therefore,
pagdating ko,
O Lord
nag-live na
God of
ako.
Israel,
Wala
keep
na,
with thy
yung
servant
sumugod
David
lang
my
sa
father
premiere ko si
that which thou
Rosemary
hast
in
promised him,
Calgary.
saying, There shall not fail thee a
O,
man in
10
my
PM
sight
sa'yo
to
na,
sit
sige.
upon the throne of Israel.
Si Mami, alas
Yet so
3.
that thy
So,
children
mag-live
take
ako
heed
bukas
to
ng
their
alas
way
2.
to walk in my law,
Papasugod
as thou
natin.
hast walked before me. Now then, O Lord God of Israel, let thy word be verified, which thou hast spoken unto thy servant David.
100 na lang kuyang kulang ni Kuya. Si
Earth?
Kuya Dubai yung
Behold, heaven and the
sinisingil
heaven
ko
of
sa
heavens cannot contain
messenger.
thee. How much
Mabait.
less this house which I have
100 na
built?
lang.
Have respect therefore
Balance.
to the prayer of thy servant,
No, Kuya.
and to his supplication, O Lord my God, to
Yan,
hearken
binigyan
unto the
ako
cry
ni-
and the prayer which thy servant prayeth before thee, that thine eyes may be open upon this house day and night, upon the place whereof
Sabi
thou
ko,
hast
sana
said
all kagaya
that thou
mo
wouldest put thy
customer
name
ko.
there, to hearken unto the
Sana
prayer
all.
which thy servant
Kaya
prayeth
pag
for
singilin
this
yun,
place.
ano,
Hearken therefore unto
nagbibigay.
the supplications of thy servant, and of thy people Israel,
Oo, yung sa
which
shoulder.
they shall
Hindi
make
yung,
toward this place.
di ba mahilot,
Hear thou
mahilot.
from thy dwelling place,
Hindi, yung
even
mga
from
sinend
heaven,
ko sa'yo,
and when thou
yun na
hearest,
muna unahin.
forgive.
Then, meron
If a man
akong,
sin against his
yung
neighbor,
binintusa
and an
mo
oath
kung
be laid
hinilot
upon him
mahaba
to
yun.
make him swear,
Kukuha
and the
ako
oath
yun
come
ng
before
maiksi
thine
para
altar
sa'yo.
in this house,
Kahit yung
then
mga
hear
5
thou from
minutes
heaven,
doon o 7
and
minutes,
do,
i-send
and
ko
judge
sa
thy servants,
messenger
by requiting
para
the wicked,
meron kang
by recompensing his way
pang-update.
upon his own
Yung
head,
binintusa mo
and by
ako.
justifying the righteous, by giving him
Oo,
according
yung
to his
mga hilot mo,
righteousness.
yung lalo
And
taas
if thy
ng
people
matris,
Israel
ay
be
dyan
put
ka
to the worst
mag-viral.
before the enemy, because they have sinned against thee, and shall return and confess thy name,
Sana all kagaya mo,
and make
customer.
supplication
Bolera
before
ka
thee
dyan,
in this
day.
house, then hear thou from the heavens, and forgive the
Thanks
sin of
much,
thy
kuya.
people
Ito pala.
Israel, and bring them again unto the land which thou gavest to them and to their fathers.
Ay, dapat
When the
ano,
heaven is shut up,
teka
and
lang.
there is no rain, because they have sinned against thee, yet if they pray toward this place, and confess thy name, and turn from their sin, when thou dost afflict them, then hear
Magkano
thou from heaven,
donation sa
and
binto sa
forgive the sin
150?
of thy
Ganyan.
servants, and and of thy people
Di kasi
Israel,
si Kuya Dubai
when thou
ka-chat
hast
ko,
taught them the good way
gusto to
wherein they should walk,
magpabintusa.
and sent rain upon thy land, which thou hast given unto thy people for an inheritance. If there be dearth in the land, if there be pestilence, if there be blasting, or mildew, locusts, or caterpillars, if their enemies besiege them in the cities of their land, whatsoever sore, or whatsoever sickness there be, then what prayer, or what
Mga
supplication
150
soever
lang, no?
shall be made of any man, or of all thy people Israel, when every one shall know his own sore and his own grief, and shall spread forth his hands in this house, then hear thou from heaven thy dwelling place, and forgive, and render unto every man according unto all his ways, whose heart thou knowest. For thou only knowest the hearts of the children of men, that they may fear thee, to walk in thy ways, so long as they live in the land which thou gavest unto our fathers. Moreover, concerning the stranger, which
Kaya
is
share
not of
ko
thy
yung
people
ano.
Israel, but is come from a far country,
Ano
for
ba
thy great
yung
name's sake, and thy mighty hand, and thy stretched out arm,
ano ba
if
yung
they come and
premium?
pray in this house, then hear
Ay,
thou
dyan na
from
si
the
Sarok,
heavens,
Queen of
even
the
from thy
Night
dwelling
Tamsak
place,
Harang.
and
Ay,
do
teka
according to
lang.
all that the stranger calleth
Queen
to
of
thee
the
for,
Night si Madis
that all
yun.
people of the earth may know thy
Sarok
name,
TV
and fear
Silago,
thee,
hello,
as
host,
doth thy
I'm back
people
again.
Israel, and may know
Ano,
that this
kumusta
house
ang
which I have
iyong
built is called by
gabi
thy name.
ngayon, bro? Teka
If thy
lang,
people go out to war
lagyan ko
against
lang
their
ng
enemies,
moderator
by
si
the
Queen
way
of
that
the
thou shalt
Night.
send them, and they pray unto thee toward this city which thou
Oy,
hast
pito
chosen,
yung
and the house which I have
pito
built for thy
yung
name,
nadikit
hear
ko,
thou
no?
from the
May
heavens
mga mensahe, nakita
and
nyo
their
po.
supplication, and make
Kaya na-accept na po kita sa messenger ko, sa Rock TV Silago. Shout out to you. Okay, nandiyan ka na. Nandiyan na rin pala si Mami. Wait lang. Hello, ang madiscarding na.
Yet if they bethink themselves in the land whither they are carried captive,
Queen of the Night si yung mga alagad ni madiscarding nanay 19 is mga kanta. Mayroon ka ng playlist din. Okay, sige. Nakagawa ako ng alagad. Ididikit ko. Pito yung nadikit ko, no? O ano, pito na rin nadikit mo, pero 5 lang yung nabasa kong komento. Nasaan ang dalawa? Nag-check ako sa komento, sa bakas. Teka lang, kamusta naman ang lakad mo, sis? Ayun, thanks Heavenly Father, medyo nakasingil, nakabenta doon, nag-sidewalk vendor ako saglit, then nakamassage ako ng isang client dito sa kapitbahay. Pagdating ko mag-alas 10 na, uy, premiere ko! Wala nang sumugod doon, si Rosemary in Calgary lang. Shout out sa'yo, sis. Thanks much sa pagsugod sa aking premiere. Wala na, taranta na ako. Kuha ko ng cellphone.
Fire comes down from heaven and consumes the sacrifices and burnt
Ay,
offerings.
premiere ni Tradis bukas pa. Replay ako si Tradis na sa... Ha?
If they keep the commandments.
Replay ako si Tradis sa premiere. Oy, premiere ni Tradis bukas pa. Ako ang may premiere gabi-gabi 10 PM. Bukas ang premiere ni Traditional Healer TV 10:30 PM para maipasugod ko. Then kay Mami, 3 PM bukas kay Mami. Sige, bigay uli ako bakas. Sige, nagbasa ako ng bakas, 5 lang yung nabakas. Kaya 5 lang yung dumikit baga. So, asan yung dalawa na dumikit? Tinahanap ko. O, nakapito na ako, Sarok TV Silago. Nakapito na ako. Kulang ako ng 3. Ngayon ko tatrabahin yung 3. Then, meron na akong, ilan nagawa ko?
David praised by
Dito
their
meron
ministry.
akong
And the
21.
priests sounded trumpets before
Ilan ba
them,
nadagdag
and
ko?
all
Tatlo.
Israel stood.
Isa,
Moreover,
tatlo na
Solomon
dagdag
hallowed the
ko eh.
middle of the court that was before the house of the Lord.
49, 50,
For there he
51,
offered burnt
52 na
offerings
bali
and
lahat
the
sa
fat of
akin.
the peace
Nagdagdag
offerings,
ako.
because
Ay,
the
may mga
brazen
video
altar
yung
which Solomon had made
ginawa
was
ko.
not able to receive the burnt
Sige,
offerings
bigay
and the
uli
meat
ako.
offerings
Bakas,
and the fat.
ay,
Also at the
mabuti
same
naman
time,
kung gano'n.
Solomon kept the
Opo,
feast
bukas,
7
mami,
days, and
busy
all
naman
Israel with
ako.
him, a very
May
great
tumawag doon
congregation,
habang
from the entering in
nag-sidewalk
of
vendor
Hamath
ako, no?
unto the river of Egypt.
At
And in
yung
the 8th
client
day
ko sa
they made a solemn
Mabini
assembly,
Street,
for they
Barangay
kept the
Rizal
dedication of the
ay
altar 7 days,
magpamasahe
and the
na yung
feast 7
mag-asawa.
days.
Ay,
And
thank
on
you
the
Lord,
3
para
and
may
20th
pambayad
day of
ako
the
ng
7th month,
kuryente.
he sent the people
Yung
away into their
bill naman
tents,
na parating
glad and
is
merry in heart,
kuryente.
for the goodness that the
Nabayaran
Lord
ko
had
na,
shown
thank
unto
you Lord,
David, and to
nabayaran ko
Solomon, and
ng
to
sa
Israel his
wifi.
people.
Next,
Thus Solomon
kuryente.
finished the house of the Lord, and the
Ay,
king's house,
salamat at
and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of
tawag-tawag
the
lang
Lord,
talaga
and
tayo
in
kay
his own
Heavenly
house,
Father.
he prosperously effected. And the Lord appeared
Oo,
to Solomon by
nag-switch
night,
ako dito
and said
ng
unto him,
ano.
I have heard thy
Teka
prayer,
lang, di pa ako
and have
tapos
chosen this place
mag-ano
to
eh.
myself for an house of
Hindi
sacrifice.
nakatamsak na to, mami.
That there be no
Magtamsak
rain,
ako sa
or if I
bago.
command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send a
Mag-switch
pestilence
ako
among
ng
my
account.
people, if my people, which are called by my name,
Ayan,
shall
natapos
humble
na
themselves
kay
and pray
Guardian.
and seek my
Then,
face, and turn
next.
from their
Kay
wicked
Jobel
ways,
tapos na, kay
then will I
Guardian
hear from
tapos na.
heaven, and will forgive their sin,
Oo nga
and
po
will heal
eh,
their land.
nag-iisip na ako
Now
pag
mine
naglalakad
eyes
ako,
shall
ang
be
lalim
open,
na inisip ko.
and mine ears
Heavenly
attend unto
Father,
the prayer
malapit na
that is
bayarin
made in
ng
this place.
kuryente,
For now have
laki
I
pa
chosen
naman, libo pa
and
naman mahigit
sanctified this
ang bill.
house, that my
Bigyan
name
niyo
may
po
be
ako
there
ng
forever,
client.
and
Eh
mine
paano
eyes
yung
and mine
order
heart
ng
shall be
sangbote?
there perpetually.
Stock
And as
muna,
for
di ko
thee,
pa
if
mabilano
thou wilt
kasi
walk
kulang
before
pa
me,
ako
as
ng
David thy father walked,
puhunan.
and do according to all that I have commanded
Habing
thee, and shalt
year,
observe my
habing year,
statutes and
minarang
my
naman siya.
judgments, then will I establish the throne of thy
Oh,
kingdom,
meron pong
according as I
client
have covenanted
Marty,
with
so di
David
pa
thy
ako
father, saying,
makapunta dyan,
There
mami,
shall
no?
not fail thee a man to be ruler
And si
in Israel.
Sarok, mami,
But if
di
ye
pa
turn
kami
away,
tapos ni
and forsake my
Sarok TV
statutes and my
sila
commandments, which I
mag-Barteran.
have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods and worship
Teka
them,
lang, kay ano
then
tayo.
will I pluck them up by the roots out of my land which I have given them. And this house which I have
Tapos kay
sanctified for my
Guardian, kay
name will I
Traditional
cast out
Healer.
of my sight, and will make it to be a proverb and a byword among all nations.
Ayan na Tradish,
And this
tamsak.
house,
Ang dami
which
ng
is
tamsak
high,
ah.
shall be an
Huwag ako
astonishment to
madami
every
akong
one that passeth by it, so that he shall
madami
say,
akong
Why
premiere.
hath the Lord done thus
May
unto this
ulit
land,
mag-premiere.
and unto this house? And it shall be answered, Because they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, and
After,
laid hold on
maganda.
other
After
gods, and
swimming,
worshipped them,
maganda.
and served them. Therefore hath he brought all this evil upon them.
Chapter 8. Solomon builds cities. He offers sacrifices according to the law of Moses. Priests and Levites are appointed to serve the Lord.
And it came to pass, at the end of 20
Ayan na,
years, wherein Solomon had built
bakit
the
yung
house of the
premiere
Lord
mo?
and his own house, that the cities which Huram had restored
Ba't
to
ganun?
Solomon,
Isa lang ang
Solomon
nakita.
built them, and caused the
Nakatamsak
children
na
of
ako
Israel
ng
to
ano.
dwell there. And Solomon went to Hamath Zobah, and prevailed against it. And he built Tadmor in the wilderness, and all the store cities which he built in Hamath.
Traditional Healer
Also
TV,
he built
nakatamsak
Beth-horon
na
the
ako.
upper, and Beth-horon the nether,
Next.
fenced cities with walls, gates,
Ay, ito
and
kasi
bars,
nakatamsak
and
na
Baalah,
to.
and all the store cities that Solomon had, and all the chariot cities, and the cities of the horsemen.
Tatrabaho pa kami ni
All that
Sarok
Solomon
TV.
desired to build in Jerusalem,
Kay
and in
mami,
Lebanon, and throughout all the land of his
nakatamsak
dominion.
na to, mami.
As for all the people that were left of the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which were not of Israel, but of their children, who were left after them in the land,
Okay.
whom the children of Israel consumed not, them did Solomon make to pay tribute until this day. But of the children of Israel did Solomon make no servants for his work, but they were men of war, and chief of his captains, and captains of his chariots and horsemen. And these were the chief of King Solomon's officers, even
Tapos
250, that bear rule over the people.
tapos
And
kay
Solomon brought up the daughter of
Tradis,
Pharaoh out of the city of David unto the
si
house that he had built for
Guardian.
her. For he said, My wife shall not dwell in the house of David king of Israel, because the places are holy, whereunto the ark of the Lord hath come. Then Solomon offered burnt offerings unto the Lord on the altar
Queen
of the Lord,
of Night.
which he had
Bago
built
na
before
naman
the
niya
porch,
to.
even after a certain rate every day, offering according to the commandment of Moses, on the Sabbaths, and
Yan,
on the new
Sarok
moons,
TV.
and on the solemn
Sige,
feasts,
wait lang,
3 times in the
tatrabahuin
year,
ko yan.
even in the feast of unleavened bread, and
Dikita
in the feast of
natin.
weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles. And he appointed, according to the order of David his father, the
Yun, mami,
courses of the
kagandahan
priests
sa
to their service,
maraming
and the
alagad,
Levites to their
mami, may
charges, to
makipag-barteran.
praise and minister before
Kailangan
the priests,
dikit.
as the
Tingnan
duty
ko
of
yun
every day
kung
required.
dumikit.
The porters also by their courses at every gate, for so had David the man of God commanded. And they departed not
Barter,
from the commandment
barter,
of the king unto the
barter.
priests and Levites concerning any matter, or concerning the treasures. Now all
Mga
the work of
mga
Solomon
kanta
was
tong
prepared unto the day
alagad
of the
ni ano,
foundation
ang
of the house
haba.
of the Lord, and
Pwede
until
yung
it was
title
finished.
na
So the house of the Lord was
Madis,
perfected.
pwede yung title
Then
na
went
Luha,
Solomon to Ezion
Langis at
and to
Tubig,
Hiram at the
Anak.
seaside in the
Mga
land of
ganun
Edom.
lang.
And Hiram sent him by the
Ang
hands
haba ng
of his
mga
servants ships,
alagad
and
niya,
servants
no?
that had
Habi
knowledge
niyo,
of the sea.
Nermi.
And they
Okay
went
pa
with the
yung
servants of Solomon to
isa,
Ophir,
si Queen
and
of
took thence
Night.
450 talents of gold, and brought them to King Solomon.
Okay,
Chapter
next.
9. The Queen of Sheba visits Solomon. He excels in wisdom, wealth,
Ito
and
bagong
magnificence.
alagad ko.
After reigning 40
Ay, may
years,
bago akong
Solomon
alagad.
dies,
Dito mag-switch
and
tayo.
Rehoboam becomes king.
Para
And
matamsakan
when the
ang
Queen
mga
of Sheba
premier
heard
ni
of the fame of
Tradis
Solomon,
at
she
saka
came
ni
to prove
Mami.
Solomon with hard questions at Jerusalem, with a very great company,
Tapos na
and
ako
camels that
kumain.
bear spices, and gold in abundance, and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. And Solomon told her all her questions, and there was nothing hid from Solomon which he told her not. And when the Queen of Sheba had
pala
seen
to.
the wisdom of Solomon, and the house that
Ah,
he had
ito.
built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his
Uy, ang
servants,
sarap
and the
ng biko
attendance
ni
of his
Madis.
ministers, and their apparel, his cupbearers also, and their apparel,
Nagbiko siya,
and his
oh.
ascent by which he went up into the house of the
Paano
Lord,
magluto
there was
ng
no more
ubi
spirit
biko
in
si
her.
nanay?
And she said to the king, It was a
Si
true
Madis, sa
report which I
birthday ko,
heard in mine own
magbiko
land
ka
of thine
naman.
hands,
Doon tayo
and of
kay
thy
ano.
wisdom.
Ako
Howbeit I
mag-juice
believed not
lang
their
eh, no?
words, until I came, and mine eyes had seen it. And behold, the one half of the greatness of thy
Ala,
wisdom
nagbiko
was
si
not told me,
Madis.
for thou
Madis,
exceedest
sabihin
the
natin
fame
kay
that I
Mami,
heard.
magbiko na lang si
Happy are
Mami.
thy men,
Mami, magbiko
and
ka,
happy are
Mami.
these thy servants which stand continually before thee, and hear
Ay,
thy
hindi.
wisdom. Blessed be the Lord
Mami,
thy God,
mag-prepare ka
which
ng
delighteth in thee
ingredients.
to set thee on his
Si
throne,
Madis,
to
palutuin
be
natin
king
ng
for the Lord
biko.
thy God. Because thy God loved Israel,
Punta,
to establish
punta
them
kaming
forever.
apat,
Therefore
tatlo
made he
dyan,
thee
Mami.
king over
Isama
them,
na
to
namin
do
si
judgment
Madis,
and justice.
si Trad.
And she
Isama ko
gave
na
the
si
king
Tradis, tsaka si
120
Madis.
talents of gold,
Ay,
and of
teka lang,
spices
Mami,
great abundance,
mag-skid lang
and
ako
precious
ng...
stones.
Di ako
Neither
busy.
was there any such spice as the queen of Sheba gave King Solomon. And the servants also of Huram, and the servants of Solomon, which brought gold from Ophir, brought algum trees and precious stones. And the king
Sweet
made of the
naman
algum
kasi.
trees
Ay, Mami,
terraces to the
mag-mood-juice
house
na
of
lang
the Lord,
tayo. Gusto
and
ko
to the king's
mood-juice eh.
palace, and harps and psalteries for singers, and there were none such seen before in the land of Judah.
Saan naman to
And King
napadpad?
Solomon gave to the queen of Sheba all her desire, whatsoever she asked, beside that which she had brought unto the king. So she turned and went
Uy, ang
away to
pati
her
ng
own land,
ilong ko.
she and her servants. Now the weight
Dali.
of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 636 talents of gold, beside that which gentlemen and merchants brought. And all the kings of Arabia and governors of the country brought gold and silver to Solomon. And King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold. 600
Happy
shekels of
New
beaten
Year,
gold
me.
went to
Having you hear me.
and 300
Ha?
shields
Having
made
you
he
near
of
me
pure
o
gold.
having you near me.
300 shekels of gold went to one shield, and the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory, and overlaid it with pure gold. And there were
Wala,
6
dapat
steps to the throne,
Papa,
a
baka
footstool
may
of
kumatok
gold,
tubig
which
bukas
were
ay
fastened to
padala
the
ng
throne,
2 galon.
and stays on each side of the sitting place, and 2 lions standing by the stays. And 12 lions stood there on the one
Hay
side,
naku.
and on the other upon the 6 steps.
3 bakas meron pa kasama isang subscriber. Bali ilan lahat?
Vessels of King Solomon were of gold,
O sige,
and all the vessels of the house of
Ay
the
bro,
forest of
baba niyo
Lebanon
po bahay
were of
niyo.
pure gold.
Mag-umpisa na ako sa inyo.
It was not
Bro,
anything
Sarok
accounted
TV,
of in the
baba
days
po
of
ng
Solomon. For the
bahay.
king's ships went to Tarshish with the servants of Huram.
Mag-umpisa na ako
Every 3 years once
10,
came the
diba?
ships of Tarshish,
Kulang pa ako ng
bringing
3.
gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. And King Solomon passed all the kings of the earth in riches and wisdom. And all the
Tapos
kings of the
bukas
earth
balik
sought the
balik ka
presence
na
of
lang
Solomon
everyday
to
para
hear his wisdom that God had put in
maidikit
his
ko
heart.
yung
And they
mga
brought
iba
every
pa.
man his present, vessels of
Eh
silver,
maganda balik ka
vessels
dito
of
ano,
gold, and raiment,
8.
armors, and
Balik ka
spices,
po dito pag
horses,
malapit
and
ka ng
mules,
gumaduate.
a rate year by year. And Solomon
Papagraduatein
had
kita.
4,000 stalls for horses and chariots, and 12,000
Maga,
horsemen,
maga,
whom he bestowed in the chariot
maghahanap
cities,
ka muna
and
ng
with
mga
the king
bananas
at
yung mga
Jerusalem. And he reigned over
ano,
all the kings from the river
ay
even unto the
ilan na
land of
sa'yo?
the Philistines, and to the border of Egypt.
800 ba?
And the king made silver in Jerusalem as
Joke
stones, and cedar trees made he as the sycamore trees that are in the low plains in abundance. And they brought unto Solomon horses out of Egypt, and out of all lands. Now the rest of the acts of Solomon, first and last,
Maringlen OTW sa'yo.
and in the prophecy of Ahijah the Shilonite, and in the visions of Iddo the seer, against Jeroboam the son of Nebat. And Solomon reigned in
5:32
Jerusalem
na si
over all
Maringlen.
Israel
Ito
40
Maringlen,
years.
bagong dikit ko
And
sa'yo.
Solomon slept with his fathers, and he was buried in the city of David his father. And Rehoboam his son reigned in his stead.
Ayan na Maringlen, si Rain Silvero, that's mine.
But Rehoboam
Dan
promises
harang
to
na yun.
increase the burdens upon the people.
Hakdog.
Israel rebels, and the king
Ayan, okay na yan, hakdog. Maiksi ilang
Went to
hakdog.
Shechem, or to Shechem, where all Israel come to make
Si
him king.
hakdog.
And it came to pass when
Hakdog ti.
Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was in Egypt, whither he had fled from the presence of Solomon the king,
Di ba mayroon ka pang tigang?
that Jeroboam returned out of Egypt.
Sisi, mayroon ka pang tigang.
So Jeroboam and all Israel came and
Sisi,
spake to Rehoboam,
busy pa ako
saying,
bukas. Di ako
Thy
makapunta
father
kay
made
mami.
grievous.
May
Now therefore, ease thou somewhat
kasi
the grievous
sira yung
servitude of thy
computer
father,
ko.
and his heavy
Ipaayos
yoke
mo
that he
yung
put upon us,
computer.
and we will serve
Mga
thee.
ano lang
And he
naman.
said unto them, Come
Mga
again
charge
unto me
ng computer
after 3
ngayon.
days. And the people departed.
300 to 500 din ata. Ako, computer technician, present. Ako mag-ayos. Kaya ko pa kaya.
Saying, What counsel give ye me to
Paayos mo
return
sa
answer to this
computer
people?
mo.
And they spake unto him,
Mamaya no
saying,
masira lalo.
If thou be kind to this people,
Computer
and please
technician,
them,
present,
and speak good words to
present.
them,
Computer
they will
technician
be thy
to.
servants forever. But he forsook the counsel
Wala na,
of
di
the
ko
old
na
men
alam yung
evil,
mga
and
diagnose.
took counsel with the young men
Nawala
that
yung
were brought up with
notebook ko
him,
kasi.
that stood before him.
Saan na ba kasi yung
And he said
notebook
unto
ko?
them, What advice give ye, that we may return answer to this people, which have spoken to me, saying, Ease somewhat the yoke that thy father did put upon us?
Ay hindi, Sarok TV sila. Gamitin nyo po ang
Thus shalt thou answer the
incognito.
people that
Turn
spake unto
on
thee,
incognito.
saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it somewhat lighter for us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. For whereas my father put a heavy yoke upon you, I will put more to your yoke. My father chastised you with whips,
Oh, nasa
but
Cebu
I will
ka.
chastise you with
Gamitin mo yung
scorpions. So
incognito.
Jeroboam and all the people came
Turn
to Rehoboam
on
the third day,
incognito.
as the king
Para
bade,
ma-play mo
saying,
yung
Come again
ano.
to me on the third day. And the king answered them right.
O di kaya, yun lang, iba nagpapa-member para nagpapa-member para ma-play sa
My
WhatsApp.
father made you a yoke heavy,
Ay,
but I will add there too. My father chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
o yan
So
na,
the king hearkened not unto the
traditional
people,
healer TV
for the cause was of God,
ay nasa
that the
Cebu
Lord
si
might perform his word, which he spake by the hand of Ahijah the Shilonite to Jeroboam the son of Nebat. And when all Israel saw that the king would not hearken unto them, the people answered the king, saying,
yung
What
mayroong
portion
mga
have we in David?
yung mga ibang,
And we have none
di ba yung
inheritance
join
in the son of
button,
Jesse. Every man to your
yung iba,
tent, so Israel.
yan nga mga member
And
ko
thou, David,
8
see to
naka-play
thine own
all yan
house.
sila sa
So all Israel went to their
laptop
tents.
ko pag
But
hindi
as for the
lubat.
children of Israel that dwelt in the cities of Judah,
Minsan na
Rehoboam
kasi
reigned over them.
hinayaan ko na yun, kailangan mahaba
Set a
ang
door that was over the tribute,
kailangan mahaba
and the
ang
children of Israel
mga
stoned him with stones,
oras ng
that he
playlist
died.
abot ng
But
mga
King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to
20
his chariot,
hours o
to flee to Jerusalem.
15
And
hours
Israel
yung
rebelled
playlist
against the house of David
kasi
unto
kung
this day.
ma-play ko ng
Chapter 11.
magdamag nakaka 12 oras siguro yun na yan. Kaya lang kung maiksi, nagpi-play na sa iba, di ko na alam kasi hanggang maglobat na yung laptop ko. Ngayon hindi ako ganong makahataw kasi wala akong pambayad ng
Of the
kuryente.
house of Judah and Benjamin, 180,000
Tiis-tiis lang
chosen
mga
men, which
kapatid.
were warriors,
Magkaroon
to
lang
fight
po ako
against
ng
Israel,
revenue
that he might bring
gabi-gabi
the
na
kingdom
yan.
again to Rehoboam.
Ay, para may
But the
pambayad
word
tayo
of the
ng
Lord came
kuryente.
to Shemaiah, the man of God, saying, Speak unto Rehoboam, the
Watch
son of
hour
Solomon,
nyo
king
po,
of
edi
Judah,
ilan.
and to all
Ay,
Israel in
upload po
Judah
kayo
and
na-upload
Benjamin,
ng
saying,
video, then
Thus saith the
pasugod
Lord,
kayo ng pasugod
Ye
sa
shall not
premiere.
go up, nor fight against
Upload
your
po kayo
brethren.
na-upload ng video
Return
na
every man
gawing
to his
premiere,
house,
then
for this thing is
igala
done
nyo
of
po
me.
sa mga LS,
And they obeyed the words of
ipasugod
the
nyo
Lord,
sa host.
and returned from
Pasugod
going
sa
against
premiere ko,
Jeroboam.
ganyan.
And
Mga
Rehoboam
ganyan
dwelt in
gawa ko po
Jerusalem,
dati pag
and built
may
cities for
LS,
defense in Judah.
tapos
He built even
may
Bethlehem,
premiere ako,
and Etam,
tataon yan
and
na
Tekoa, and Bethzur,
host,
and
pasugod naman
Shoko,
po
and
sa
Adullam,
premiere ko, mga
and
alagad
Gath,
mo
and
naman
Marisha,
dyan kasi
and
may mga
Zebah,
alagad
and
yan mga
Adonram,
host,
and
madaming
Lachish, and
cellphone
Hezekiah,
yan, di ba?
and Zorah, and
Sige
Eshtaol,
sige,
and Eber, which are in Judah
tulad dun
and
kay
in Benjamin,
si bro
fenced
Meroy
cities.
TV, yan
And he
hindi mo pa
fortified the strongholds, and put captains in
nakadikitan.
them, and store of victual, and of oil, and wine. And in every several city he
Ay,
put shields
yung
and spears, and made
ay oo
great
pala,
cities strong,
sabihin ko
having
pala.
Judah and Benjamin on his
Dali
side.
pa, ay
And the
papa.
priests and the Levites that were in all Israel resorted to him out of all their coasts. For the Levites left their suburbs and their possession, and came to Judah and Jerusalem. For Jeroboam and his sons had cast them off from executing the priest's office unto the Lord. And he ordained him priests for the high places, and for the devils, and for the calves which he had made. And after them, out of all the tribes of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek the Lord God of Israel, came to Jerusalem, to sacrifice unto the Lord God of their fathers. So they strengthened the kingdom of Judah, and made Rehoboam
Okay,
the
pwede
son
na
of
daw
Solomon
siyang
strong.
tanggap na
3
ng
years. For
magawa
3 years
ng
they walked in the way of
computer.
David and Solomon.
Ako computer
And
technician
Rehoboam
din,
took him
tas si
Mahalath,
Mister.
the daughter
Nung
of Jeroboam,
araw,
the son of David, to wife.
marunong ako mag-ayos.
Abihail, the daughter of Eliab, the son of
Magsira
Jesse,
at
which
mag-ayos.
bare him children,
Mag-assemble, mag-network.
and Zaleth.
Yung kasama ko si
And after
Mister.
her he took
Kasi
Maacah, the
kaklase
daughter
ko.
of Absalom,
Ngayon,
which bare him Abijah, and Attai,
ay kahit
and
bukas
Ziza,
daw
and
dalhin
Shalom.
mo.
And
Kaya
Rehoboam
lang,
loved Maacah, the
alis
daughter of
ako ng
Absalom,
hapon eh.
above all his wives and his concubines. For he took 18 wives and 80 concubines, and begat 28 sons.
Pwede mo na daw dalhin kahit
And Rehoboam
bukas.
made Abijah the son of
Dinay.
Maacah the chief to be ruler among his brethren. For he thought to make
Ay
him
papa,
king,
anong oras
and to
anong
deal
oras
wisely.
anong oras ka
Amongst
pwede
his children throughout all the
puntahan?
countries of Judah and Benjamin, unto every fenced
Hapon?
city.
Ay,
And he gave
pa.
them victual in abundance, and he desired many wives.
Uy, papa, bukas daw
Chapter
pwede.
12. Rehoboam forsakes the
Ay,
Lord.
pangit.
dyan.
Egyptians plunder
Ayos siya.
Jerusalem and take the treasures of the house of the Lord. The people repent and receive partial deliverance. Rehoboam dies.
And it came to pass, when Rehoboam had established the kingdom and had strengthened himself, he forsook the law of the Lord, and all Israel with him. And it came to pass that in the 5th year of King Rehoboam, Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, because they had transgressed against the Lord, with 1,200 chariots and 70,000 horsemen. And the people being
Aalis
without
ako
number
bukas
that came
alas
with him out of
4.
Egypt, the Lubans, the Sakiums, and the
Ay mga
Ethiopians. And he took the fenced cities which
dito
pertained to Judah,
andito
and
ako
came to Jerusalem.
magla-live pa ako
Then
no.
came Shemaiah the
Maga
prophet to
ko ngayon
Rehoboam,
matulog
and to the princes of Judah, that
kasi
were gathered together to Jerusalem because of
asan na si
Shishak,
Sarok TV
and said
na
unto
yan
them, Thus saith the Lord, Ye have forsaken me, and therefore have I also left you in the hand of Shishak. Whereupon the princes of Israel and the king humbled themselves, and they said, The Lord is righteous. And when the Lord saw that they humbled
umaga
themselves,
10 a.m.
the
ako
Lord came to
10
Shemaiah,
a.m.
saying,
ako gising
They
10
have
a.m. o
humbled
11
themselves,
ganyan
therefore I will not destroy them.
10 o 11 a.m. ako
And my
gigising.
wrath shall not be poured
Asan na
out
si
upon
Bro
Jerusalem
Sarok?
by the hand of
Magtrabaho
Shishak.
na ako.
Nevertheless, they
Ay
shall be his
nakatamsak
servants,
na ako
that they may
sa'yo.
know my servants, and the
Traditional.
service of the kingdoms of the
Nawala na si
countries.
Mami.
So Shishak, king of Egypt, came up against
Asan na yung
Jerusalem,
bahay ni
and
Sarok?
took away the treasures of the house of the
Si
Lord,
Hakdog.
and the treasures of the king's house he took all.
Ay bigyan ko
He carried
ng
away
bahay
also
si
the
Ay
shields of
bahay.
gold, which
Bigyan
Solomon
ko
had
ng
made,
alagad si
instead of
Hakdog.
which King
Si Hakdog
Rehoboam made
TV.
shields of brass, and committed them to the hands of the chief of the guard,
Sarok
that kept
TV
the entrance of the
Silago.
king's house. And when
Kumusta,
the king entered
kumusta?
into the house of the Lord, the
O
guard came and
tapos,
fetched them, and brought them again into the
ano
guard
ulam ni
chamber.
Ate Susan
And when
bukas?
he humbled himself, the wrath of the Lord turned from him, but
Pagbilan
he
mo
would
ako
not
ng
destroy him altogether.
ulam ni Ate
And also
Susan.
in Judah things went well.
I-message mo ako.
So King Rehoboam strengthened himself in Jerusalem
O,
and reigned. For Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem,
pabilan mo ko
the
ng
city which
ulam
the
kay
Lord had
Ate
chosen
Susan
out of
o
all the tribes of
sabihin mo
Israel,
dadalhin
to
ko
put his
kay
name there.
Marge, bayaran ni
And his
Marge.
mother's name was Naamah,
Ano
an
ba mga ano?
Ammonitess. And he did
Gulay.
evil,
Huwag lang gata.
because he prepared not his heart to seek the Lord. Now the
Ano
acts
pa
of
ba?
Rehoboam, first and last,
Basta,
are they
basta
not written in the
picturean
book of
mo
Shemaiah
yung
the prophet, and of Iddo
ulam
the
ni
seer
Ate Susan
concerning
bukas,
genealogies?
pananghalian.
And there were wars between Rehoboam
Punta ka
and
dito
Jeroboam
mga
continually. And Rehoboam slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David.
ano,
And Abijah his son reigned in his stead.
depende sa sira.
Chapter 13.
Kung unti
Abijah
lang,
reigns in Judah.
edi
He defeats Jeroboam and the
unti
armies
lang
of
din.
Israel.
Kung malaki ang sira, edi malaki din ang bayad.
Now in the 18th year of King Jeroboam,
Mga ano lang naman
began
dayag,
Abijah
ay
to reign over
dayag.
Judah.
Basta
He
nasa,
reigned 3 years in Jerusalem.
dati kasi ano
His
eh,
mother's name also
kano
was
ba yung
Micaiah,
ayos mo pa?
the daughter of Uriel of Gibeon.
300 lang ba pa?
And there was war between Abijah and Jeroboam. And Abijah set the battle in
Oo,
array with an
videohan
army
mo
of
yung
valiant
ulam,
men
tas
of war, even 400,000
papiliin,
chosen men.
papiliin mo ako.
Jeroboam also set the battle in
Tapos
array
sabihin
against him
mo
with 800,000
bayaran
chosen
to
men,
ni Marge.
being mighty men of valor.
Kuha ka na
And
muna, huwag
Abijah
mo
stood
na
up
bon.
upon Mount Zemaraim, which is in Mount Ephraim, and said, Hear me,
Ay
thou
na kay Sarok.
Jeroboam, and
Sige
all
Sarok,
Israel.
dito ako
Ought ye
mag-ayuda
not to
bro.
know that the Lord God of Israel gave the kingdom
Ang
over
katin ng
Israel
ilong
to
ko.
David forever, even to him and to his sons by a covenant of salt? Yet Jeroboam,
Watch lang
the
ako
son of
kay
Nebat,
Hakdog.
the servant of Solomon, the son of David, is risen up,
Hindi,
and
ano,
hath rebelled
yung
against his Lord. And there are gathered
isang,
unto him
kanina
vain men,
kasi yung
the children
ano,
of Belial,
adobong manok binili ko, tsaka sitaw, adobong sitaw, naubos na. Mga ano lang, dalawang putahe, isang gulay, tapos isang karne na ano. Ay kung may sinigang na bangus, sinigang bangus, o sinigang o
priests and to
mga
the manner of the nations of other
basta may
lands,
sinigang,
so that whosoever
ano pa
cometh
ba,
to consecrate himself
nilaga,
with a young bullock and 7 rams,
nilagang
the
buto-buto,
same may
yun
be a
masarap,
priest of them that are no
sigang
gods.
buto-buto.
But as for us, the
Teka
Lord
lang,
is our God,
mag-play lang ako kay
and we have not forsaken him.
Madis,
And the
ay kay
priests
ano,
which minister unto the Lord are the sons of Aaron, and the
oh.
Levites wait upon
Ito
their
kasi
business.
dikit na.
And they burn unto
Ay
the
tingnan
Lord
ko to
every morning
bro,
and every
sarok
evening burnt
kung mayroon
sacrifices
pa kasi
and sweet
5 to yun,
incense.
hindi ko pa nadikit
For
sa'yo
showbread
lahat.
also set they in order upon the pure table,
7,
and the
10
candlestick of gold
10.
with the lamps thereof to burn every evening. For
Bro,
we keep the
Sarok
charge of the
TV,
Lord our
bigyan mo
God,
pa ako ng
but ye have forsaken
8
him.
na, 8.
And
8 na
behold,
rin
God
nadikit
himself
ko, di
is
ba?
with us for our captain,
Kasama
and his
yung
priests with sounding trumpets to
ano,
cry alarm against you.
8.
O children of Israel, fight ye
Kasama
not
na
against
yung
the
main
Lord
doon na.
God of your fathers, for ye shall not prosper. But Jeroboam caused an ambushment to come about behind them. So they were before Judah, and the ambushment was behind them. And when Judah looked back, behold, the battle was before and behind. And they cried unto the Lord, and the priests sounded with the trumpets. Then the men of
Ay,
Judah gave a
sayang.
shout, and as the men of Judah
Nag
shouted, it came to pass that
sigang
God
bango
smote
siya
Jeroboam
kanina.
and all
Ang layo
Israel
kasi.
before Abijah and
Diyan
Judah.
ako bumili
And
sa
the children of
likodan.
Israel fled
Di ko
before
naman
Judah,
type
and
nilagang
God delivered
baboy
them into
eh.
their hand.
Kasimple lang.
And Abijah and his
Pangkain
people
lang
smote
ng
with a great
baboy.
slaughter. So there fell down slain of Israel 500,000 chosen men. Thus the children of Israel were brought under at that time, and the children of Judah prevailed.
Ay, Sarok TV
Because they
sila.
relied
Ilan
upon the
bali
Lord
yung
God of their
ano?
fathers. And
Ilan
Abijah
bali
pursued
yung...
after Jeroboam,
Hindi kung
and took
everyday ka
cities from
naman
him,
naggagala na sa LS ko, lahat yung 51 ko, madidikit ko yan lahat sa'yo.
Neither did Jeroboam recover strength again in the days of
Eh, ibig
Abijah.
sabihin yung bananas mo is 10 lang po, 10.
But Abijah waxed mighty, and married 14 wives, and begat 22 sons, and 16 daughters.
Wala na akong
And the
pambayad
rest
sa
of the
iyo.
acts of Abijah,
Bakit
and his
naman?
ways, and his
Kili,
sayings,
ito
are
tingnan
written
ko.
in the story of the prophet Iddo.
Masa na yung kay Tradish?
Chapter 14. Asa reigns in Judah, rebuilds the cities, and defeats and plunders the Ethiopians who attack Judah.
So Abijah slept with
Mga
his fathers,
traditional healer TV ang charge din kasi
and Asa
ng
his son reigned in his stead.
technician. Parang
In his
same lang
days the
din
land
sa
was quiet 10 years.
sa ating
And
mga
Asa did that which was good and right in the eyes
massage.
of the Lord his God.
Dati kasi
For he took away the altars
300
of
to
the strange gods
500
and the high
ang
places,
charge.
and brake down the images, and cut down the groves, and commanded Judah to seek the Lord God of their fathers, and to do the law
Asan na
and
ba
the
yung
commandment. Also he took
sa
away
iyo?
out of all the cities
Saan
of
saan na
Judah
to
the
pumunta
high
eh?
places and the images, and the kingdom was quiet before him. And he built fenced cities in Judah, for the land had rest, and he had
O
no war in
magpayuda
those
ka
years,
hinay-hinay.
because the Lord had
O
given
si
him rest.
Traditional Healer TV, ayudahan mo din. May
Let us build
10
these
ka, no?
cities, and make about them walls and
Para
towers,
iayuda
and
mo
bars,
din lahat yan
while the
kay
land is yet
Traditional
before
Healer
us.
TV. Kasi pag
Because we have
nagla-live
sought the Lord
streaming
our
ka,
God,
and
we have
masipag
sought
po
him,
yan
and he
magala
hath
si
given us
Traditional
rest on
Healer
every
TV.
side. So they
May
built
5
and prospered. And Asa
alagad
had
siya.
an army of men that bare targets and spears, out of Judah 300,000, and out of Benjamin
Ako,
that bare shields
ano,
and drumbows,
kada
200
punta ng bisita sa
All these
live
were
ko,
mighty men of
ano,
valor. And there
dalawa-dalawa
came
sa
out against
mga
them Zerah the Ethiopian,
sa mga
with a host of
old
1,000
supporter ko. Sa
thousand,
mga
and 300
bagong
chariots, and
pasok,
came unto Marisha.
apat ang
Then Asa
naayuda
went
ko.
out against him, and they set the battle in
Ay,
array
lahat
in the
naman po
valley of
yan,
Zephathah
bro
and
Sarok,
Marisha. And Asa cried
yung
unto the Lord his
51 ko,
God, and
maidikit
said,
ko din yan
Lord,
sa'yo pa.
it is nothing with thee to
Paunti-unti
know
gawa
whether with
ng
many or with them
magbisita
that
ka
have
lang
no
sa
power.
akin sa hapon o
Help
sa
us, O
gabi
Lord
kung
our
ano
God,
yung available
for
mo
we
kasi
rest on
dalawa
thee.
naman yung
And
live
in thy name we go
live
against this
streaming ko
multitude.
2 PM at saka
But
10
Lord,
PM.
thou art
Minsan
our
kasi
God. Let not
pag
man
na-late ako
prevail
alas
against
3
thee.
ng hapon
So the
umpisa.
Lord smote the
Pag
Ethiopians
na-advance
before
naman ako
Asa
sa gabi
and before
alas
Judah,
9
and the
ganyan.
Ethiopians
Lalo pag
fled.
dito lang sa
And
bahay,
Asa and the people
mabang
that were with
LS
him
ko.
pursued them unto Gerar, and the Ethiopians were overthrown, that they could not recover themselves. For they were destroyed before the Lord, and before his host. And they carried away very much spoil. And they smote all the cities round
Maunti lang.
about Gerar.
Mura lang yan
The
tong.
fear of the Lord came upon them. And they smote
Parang,
all the
parang
cities.
ano lang yan.
There was exceeding much spoil in them.
Parang nasirang tao lang din.
And carried away sheep and camels in abundance, and returned to
O,
Jerusalem.
pagka lagi-lagi ka nang dadalaw sa akin, maididikit ko rin ng mga alagad ko paunti-unti, dalawa-dalawa sang araw. And kay traditional TV, halos dikit ko na lahat. Kay
Many from Ephraim, Manasseh, and Simeon migrate to Judah. The people covenant to
asa na ba yung ano nyo?
And the Spirit of God came upon
Asa na ba?
Azariah,
Daldal
the
ako
son of
ng
Oded.
daldal. Nasana
And he
yun?
went out to meet Asa, and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin.
Uy, Sarok, 930 ka na ha.
Be with him. And if ye
Bilis
seek him,
ng
he will be found
bananas
of you.
mo.
But
Tapos
if ye
watch
forsake
hour.
him, he
Yung
will
iba
forsake
naka
you.
2K bananas na, pero yung watch hour hindi pa naka 4K watch
And
hour.
without a teaching
Ino na
priest,
kasi yung bananas.
but when they in their trouble did turn unto the Lord God of Israel, and sought him, he was
Ako
found
din,
of them.
nauna din
And
yung
in those
bananas
times
eh.
there was no peace to him
Dikit na
that
sa'yo
went
to.
out, nor to him that
Ili.
came in. But great vexations were upon all the
Hanap
inhabitants of
ako
the
si
countries. And nation was destroyed of nation, and
Gunter
city of
Stark.
city. For God did vex them with all adversity. Be ye strong therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. And when Asa
O
heard
si
these
Tradish,
words, and the
mamumuni
prophecy
yan.
of Oded
This
the
year
prophet,
yan.
he took courage,
This year
and
yan
put
si
away the
Tradish.
abominable
Kasi
idols out of
April
all the
pa
land
ngayon
of
no.
Judah and Benjamin,
Nasa
and
500
out of the
plus na
cities
siya.
which he had taken
O
from Mount
Jamski
Ephraim.
Love, shout
And
out to
remembered the
you.
altar
Mega
of the
love,
Lord
shout out
that was
to
before
host.
the porch of the Lord. And he gathered
O
all Judah
kumusta
and Benjamin,
videos?
and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh, and out of Simeon. For they fell to him out of Israel in abundance, when they saw that the Lord his
O
God
ito
was with
pang
him. So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the 3rd month, in the
7,
15th
pang 8.
year of the reign of Asa. And they offered unto the Lord the same
Ito.
time of the spoil which they
Dikit
had
na ata
brought,
to.
700 oxen
Makati yung
and
aking
7,000 sheep. And they
mga
entered into
uban.
a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul, that whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman.
O
And they
dalawa.
sware unto the Lord with a loud voice, and with
7,
shouting,
8,
and with
siyam.
trumpets, and with cornets. And all Judah rejoiced.
Dalawa-dalawa lang
For they had
araw-araw
sworn
na
with all
kasi
their heart, and sought him with their whole desire. And he
para
was found
dikit
of them.
kasi
And
nagwa-watch
the
ako.
Lord gave
Dito
them
kasi
friends
dikit
to
na
round
eh.
about. And also concerning Maacah, the mother
Sarok
of Asa
TV
the king,
sila go
he
nag-play ang
removed her
dalawang
from being
CP.
queen, because she had
Ito
made an
si
idol in a
Huawei
grove.
at saka si
And Asa cut
Samsung.
down her idol, and stamped it,
Ang
and
aking
burned it
alagad
at the
si
brook Kidron.
Kambal
But
Opo.
the high places were not
Kambal
taken away out
Opo.
of Israel.
Si Black at
Nevertheless,
saka,
the heart
si
of
Black
Asa
tsaka
was
si Red.
perfect all his days.
Si
And
Samsung
he
at
brought
saka
into
si
the house of
Huawei.
God the things that his father
Mga
had dedicated,
mga alagad
and that he
din.
himself had
Jamski
dedicated,
Love, baba ka ng
silver and
bahay
gold
mo.
and vessels. And there was
Halika
no
na,
more
para
war
ayudan ka
unto
ng
the
watch
35th
hour habang hindi
year
pa ako
of the
naantok.
reign of Asa.
Chapter 16.
Matutulog na rin ako.
Asa employs Syria to defeat Israel.
Ito
Hananiah the seer
nag-watch
reproves
na
Asa
kaya
for
ng
lack of faith.
Hakdog. Asa na yung
Asa
kay
suffers
Hakdog?
from disease and dies.
Watch natin si
In the
Hakdog.
6th and 30th year of the
Pa
reign
si
of Asa,
Tradish. Tapos
Baasha,
kasi
king of
mga need
Israel,
nyo
came
ng
up
ano
against
na.
Judah, and built Ramah, to the intent that he
Dalawa
might
CP
let
ko
none go
manood
out
ngayon
or come
para
in to
dami
Asa,
watch
king of
hour.
Judah. Then Asa
Watch
brought
hour.
out
Uy, di
silver
ko
and
na
gold
need watch
out of the
hour.
treasures of the house of the Lord, and
Huwag
of the
mo
king's
na ako
house, and sent to
panoorin
Ben-Hadad,
yung
king of
harang
Syria,
lang pag
that dwelt
di
at
mo ni-skip
Damascus,
yung harang
saying,
ko.
There is a league
Okay na
between
yan.
me and thee, as there was between my father and thy father.
Dalawa CP mo
Behold,
pang
I have sent thee
panood.
silver and gold. Go, break
May
thy
wifi
league
po
with
kayo
Baasha,
dyan.
king of
Ba't
Israel,
nandyan po kayo
that
sa
he may
Cebu?
depart from me.
Sarok TV
And
Silago.
Ben-Hadad
Ano
hearkened
pong
unto King
ginagawa
Asa,
nyo dyan sa
and
Cebu?
sent the captains of his armies against the cities of Israel. smote Ijah and Dan, and Abel-maim, and all the store
Ano
cities of
lang,
Naphtali.
sa akin din na
And it
watch
came to
hour
pass when
yung
Baasha heard it,
sa
that he
revenue
left off
na.
the building of Ramah,
Panoorin,
and let his
hindi
work
skip
cease.
yung
Then
ads,
Asa the
okay
king
na
took
yan.
all Judah,
Kahit daw di po
and they carried
mapanood
away
yung
the
video,
stone to
basta yung
Ramah,
ads
and the timber
mapanood.
thereof, wherewith
Ganun na
Baasha
yun,
was
no?
building.
Ganun na
And
po
he built therewith
ka-importante
Ebah
ang
and
monetize,
Mizpah.
no?
And at that
Mahalaga
time
mapanood
Hanani the
ang
seer came
ads
to Asa
kaysa
king of
ano.
Judah, and said unto him, Because thou hast
Mahalaga na
relied on the king
mapanood
of
ang
Syria,
ads kaysa
and not relied
videos.
on the Lord thy God,
Pag hindi pa mo
therefore
ni,
is the host
mahalaga
of the king of
panoorin
Syria
ang
escaped out of thine hand.
videos kaysa
But not the
ads.
Ethiopians and the
Yung
Lubims that you
mga
chose,
harang,
with very
i-skip
many
mo na.
chariots and horsemen? Yet because thou didst rely on the Lord,
Ay,
he
sa
delivered
Cebu
them
pala
into
to.
thine hand. For the eyes of
Mountain
the Lord run to
Adventure.
and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him. Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth,
Wala,
thou shalt have
na-charge kaya
wars.
yung laptop ko,
Then
hindi
Asa was
ata.
wroth with the seer,
Lobat
and put him
yun.
in a prison house, for he was in a rage with him because of this thing.
Lago
And Asa
tayo.
oppressed some of the
Nawala
people
man
at
si
the same
Jomsky
time.
Lab, natulog
And
na
behold, the
ata.
acts of Asa, first and last, lo, they are written in the book of the
Ngati
kings
na
of
yung
Judah
mukha ko,
and
wait
Israel.
lang.
And Asa, in the 39th year of his reign, was diseased in his feet, until his disease was exceeding great. Yet in his disease he sought not to the Lord, but to the physicians. And Asa slept with his fathers, and died in the 41st year of his reign. And they buried him in his own sepulchres, which he had made for himself in the city of David, and laid him in the bed which was filled with sweet odors, and divers kinds of
Pailawan ko
spices
muna, may
were there by
kuhanin
the
lang
apothecary's
ako.
art. And they made a very great
Ano
burning
yung
for him.
box ko?
Chapter 17. Jehoshaphat reigns well and prospers in Judah. Priests travel and teach out of the book of the law of the Lord.
And Jehoshaphat his son reigned in his stead, and
Luto ka
strengthened
dali.
himself against Israel. And he placed forces
Kimchi.
in all the fenced
Diyan
cities of
kimchi,
Judah, and
dumplings,
set
to.
garrisons in the land of Judah,
Kumuha
and in
akong
the cities of
dumplings.
Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken.
Kimchi
And the
daw.
Lord was with Jehoshaphat,
Hong Kong
because he
boy,
walked in the first
pa-support.
ways
Ah,
of his
sige,
father
inano
David,
ko na po
and
yung
sought not
premiere.
unto Balaam, but sought to the Lord God of his father, and
Nagtamsak
walked in
na
his
po ako.
commandments, and not after the
Hong
doings
Kong
of
Boy
Israel.
TV.
Therefore the Lord established the kingdom in his hand.
Pasuyo tayo kay
And all
Sarok
Judah
TV
brought
Silago,
Jehoshaphat
please.
presents, and he had riches and
Patamsak po
honor
sa
in abundance.
premiere ni
And his heart was
Hong
lifted
Kong
up in
Boy
the ways of
TV.
the Lord. Moreover, he
Ay,
took away the high
Traditional
places
Healer
and
TV.
rulers out of Judah.
Maring
Also in the
Len.
3rd year of his reign, he sent to his princes, even to Ben-Hail, and to Obadiah, and to
Magtamsak pa ako
Zechariah,
isa, wait
and to
lang.
Nathaniel, and to Micaiah, to teach in the cities of Judah. And with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah, and Nethaniah, and Zebediah, and Asahel,
Oh,
and Shemiramoth,
nag-watch ka sa
and
ano ko?
Jonathan, and Adonijah, and Tobijah,
Nasa Cebu po
and
kayo?
Adonijah,
Ito sa
Levites,
Cebu to?
and with them Elishama and Jehoram,
Sarok TV
priests.
Silago sa Cebu
And they
po
taught
ito.
in Judah, and had the book of the law of the Lord with them,
Ang ganda
and went
naman
about
ng
throughout all the
kinuhanan
cities of
yung
Judah, and taught the
kuan.
people. And the fear of the Lord
Ang
fell
ganda
upon all
ng
the kingdoms of the
araw,
lands
yung
that were round about
panahon.
Judah, so
Timing
that
na
they made
timing
no
yung
war
kinuha
against
nyo. Oh.
Jehoshaphat. Also some of the Philistines
Saan
brought
ito sa
Jehoshaphat
Cebu?
presents
Sulok-sulok
and
na
tribute
ata.
silver, and the Arabians
Ta,
brought
meron
him
ako dyang
flocks,
mga
7,000
kamag-anak,
and
Albius
700
tsaka
rams, and 7,000 and 700
tsaka
he-goats.
Bait-it.
And
Ano
Jehoshaphat
pa yun?
waxed great exceedingly. And he
Kabanyero
built
sa
in Judah
Cebu.
castles and cities of store.
Mga
And
kabanyero
he
sa
had much
Cebu,
business in the
mga
cities of Judah,
kamag-anak ko.
and the men of war, mighty
Sino
men of
ba yan?
valor,
Naging FB
were in
friend ko nga yung
Jerusalem.
iba eh, taga
And
Cebu.
these are the numbers of them
Doing
according to the
update.
house of their fathers. Of Judah, the captains of thousands, Adnah the chief, and with him
Sa
mighty
probinsya
men of
sa
valor,
Leyte to.
300,000.
Patawid-tawid ka pala.
And next to him was Jehoram
Probinsya
the
sa
captain,
Leyte,
and
tapos
with him
nandyan kayo ngayon sa Cebu.
284,000. And next to
Nag-work
him
po
was
kayo dyan sa
Amasiah,
Cebu.
the son of Zichri, who
Hapdi.
willingly offered himself unto the Lord.
Nasunog
And with
ata
him
yung pisngi ko.
200,000 mighty mighty man of valor, and of Benjamin, Eliada, a mighty man of
Ewan ko
valor,
kasi
and with him armed
nag-discoloration
men
yung
with bow
aking
and shield,
pisngi.
200,000. And next to him was Jehoshaphat, and with him 144,000,
Nilagyan natin ng
ready prepared for the war. These went out of the
contouring.
king, beside those whom the king
Sabon
put
ko
in
to
the
eh.
fenced cities throughout all
Sabon ko
Judah.
to.
Chapter 18. Jehoshaphat of Judah joins Ahab of Israel to fight Syria.
I-turn on nyo po ang incognito. Dalawa. Ilan cellphone nyo? Dalawa. I-turn on nyo po ang incognito. Ma-watch nyo po ang sarili nyong YTC. Ganyan po yung start na gawa ko nung ako ay nasa
And after certain
ano,
years,
bago
he
pa
went
lang po
down
ako
to
sa
Ahab to
YouTube.
Samaria. And Ahab
Yung
killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance,
yung incognito gamit ko po, may nagturo.
and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead.
Kasi hindi na yan kailangan i-clear yung history. Hindi, anon yan eh, anon, mabilong sa anon.
I am as thou art, and my people
Nung
as thy people,
nag-umpisa akong
and we will be with thee in the war.
mag-YouTube,
And
may
Jehoshaphat
nagturo
said
sa
unto the
isang
king of Israel,
YouTuber
Inquire,
na
I pray thee, at the word of
gamitin
the
daw
Lord
yung
today.
incognito.
Therefore the king of Israel gathered
Bawat
together prophets
isang
400
email
men,
mayroong isang
and said unto them,
incognito.
Shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle?
Ay
Or shall
nang
I
kung
forbear?
Boy TV,
And they said,
nagtamsak
Go
po
up,
sa'yo si
for God will
Traditional
deliver it into the
Healer
king's
TV.
hand. But
Sa
Jehoshaphat said,
support mo rin
Is there not
upcoming
here a prophet of
premiere
the
ko
Lord
bukas.
besides,
Thanks.
that we might inquire of him?
Hong Kong Boy
And the king
TV,
of Israel
meron
said
din
unto
pong
Jehoshaphat,
premiere
There is
si
yet one man, by whom we may inquire of the Lord,
Traditional Healer
but I
bukas.
hate him, for he never
Ay,
prophesied
10,
good unto me,
10:30
but
PM
always
no?
evil.
Si
The same was
Mami,
Micaiah,
natulog na
the
yun
son
si
of
Mami.
Imlah.
Nakatulugan na
Jehoshaphat
niya
said,
yung
Let not the king say so.
kanina
And the king of
nakatambay
Israel
cellphone
called
ko.
for one of his officers
Daldal
and
ng
said,
daldal si
Fetch
Mami.
quickly
Hindi
Micaiah
ko
the son of
rin.
Imlah. And the king of
Naglalaba
Israel
ako
and
eh.
Jehoshaphat king of Judah sat either of them on his throne,
Nag,
clothed in their
naka
robes.
3 hours
And
din
they sat
ata
in a
si
fine
Mami.
place
Kaya
at
lang
the
nawala
entering
na
in of the
naman ang
gate of
kanyang
Samaria. And all the prophets prophesied before
LS.
them. And Zedekiah, the son of Chenaanah, had made him horns of iron, and said, Thus saith the Lord, With these thou shalt push Syria until they be consumed. And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, Go up to Ramoth Gilead, and prosper,
9:30 ba
for
yung
the Lord shall
kanina?
deliver it into the hand of the king. And the
Dito
messenger
yan,
that went to call
incognito.
Micaiah
Wait lang kasi
spake to him, saying,
nag-ano pa ako watch.
Behold, the
Ayan,
words of the
natapos
prophets
na.
declare good to the king with one assent. Let thy word, therefore, I pray thee, be like one of theirs, and speak thou good. And Micaiah said, As the Lord liveth, even what my God saith, that will I speak. And when he was come to the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And he said, Go ye up, and prosper,
Ito oh.
and they shall be delivered into your hand.
Ayan, natapos na.
And the king said to him, How many times shall I adjure thee, that thou say nothing but the
Ba,
truth to
ano
me
to?
in the name of the Lord?
Isang
Then he
account
said,
ko.
I did see all
Pindutin
Israel
po
scattered
yung
upon the
picture.
mountains, as sheep that have no shepherd.
Ayan, merong
These have no
ay
master.
picture.
Let them return therefore every
Then
man to
may
his house
makitang
in
masyado
peace.
kasi
And the
maliwanag.
king of
Paano ba
Israel
to?
said to Jehoshaphat,
Bright.
Did I not tell thee that he would not
O
prophesy
ayan.
good unto me, but evil? Again he said, Therefore hear the word of the Lord.
Ay, teka
I
lang.
saw the Lord sitting upon his throne,
Ayan,
and all the host of
makita
heaven
po
standing
dito
on his
your
right hand
channel.
and on his left. And the Lord
Then,
said, Who
turn
shall entice
on
Ahab, king of Israel,
incognito.
that he
Ayan,
may go
ito
up
turn
and fall
on
at
nyo po
Ramoth
yan
Gilead?
pag
And
nag-watch.
one spake, saying after this manner, and
Yan,
another
you've
saying
gone
after that manner.
incognito.
Then
When
there
you
came out
turn
a
off
spirit, and
incognito,
stood before
become
the Lord, and said,
an
I will entice
activity
him.
from this
And the Lord said unto him,
session will be
Wherewith?
cleared and you'll
And he
return
said,
to the
I
account
will go
last
out
use.
and be a lying
Your
spirit in the mouth of all
activity
his
might still
prophets.
be
And
visible
the
to
Lord
your
said,
employer,
Thou
school,
shalt
or
entice him, and thou shalt also prevail.
ayan,
Go out,
naka-turn on
and
na
do
si
even so.
incognito.
Now therefore,
Tapos
behold,
search lang
the Lord hath put a
yung
lying
YTC
spirit in the
name
mouth
mo.
of these thy prophets. And the Lord hath spoken
Makaka-watch na
evil
yan.
against thee. Then
Pag babalik ka na sa main account mo, turn off incognito mo lang siya.
Which way went the Spirit of the Lord from me to speak unto thee? And Micaiah said, Behold,
Ito po
thou
yung
shalt see on that
start
day, thou shalt
akong
go into
nag-ano.
an inner chamber to hide thyself.
Nakita ko na Juliana Ann Paloma.
Carry him back to
Sa iyo
the
ito.
governor of the city, and to Joash the king's son, and say, Thus saith the king, Put this fellow in the prison, and feed him with bread of affliction, and with water of affliction, until I return
2.6
in
na yung
peace.
ano ko.
And Micaiah said,
Sana
If
may
thou certainly
mag-million
return in
akong
peace,
ano.
then hath not the Lord spoken by me.
11k
And he
views
said,
na yung
Hearken,
traditional
all ye
healer TV.
So the king of Israel
11k
and
views
Jehoshaphat
na
the
yung
king of
before
Judah
no
went up to
spirulina and
Ramoth-Gilead.
after
And the
14
king
years
of
of
Israel said
taking
unto
spirulina.
Jehoshaphat, I will disguise
11k
myself,
views
and will
na.
go to the battle.
Yahoo,
But put
yahoo.
thou on thy robes. So
Marangkada
the
na.
king of Israel disguised himself, and they went to battle. Now the king of
2.1k.
Syria had commanded the captains of the chariots that were with
Marangkada
him,
na
saying,
yung ano ko
Fight ye not with small or great, save only with the king of Israel. And it came to pass, when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, It is the
Ang
king of
alin.
Israel. Therefore they compassed about him to fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him. And God moved them to depart from him. For it came to pass that when the captains of the
Collab with
chariots
Madis
perceived
and Herba
that
to
it was
invite
not the king
Chardo
of
on
Israel,
birthday
they turned back
party.
again from pursuing him. And a certain man drew a bow at a venture, and smote the king of Israel between the joints of the harness. Therefore he said to his chariot man,
Magkano na din yan? Ano
That thou
magkano
mayest
na
carry
din
me
yan?
out of the host, for I am wounded. And the battle increased that day, howbeit the king of Israel stayed himself
Nasa...
up in his chariot against the
Hindi
Syrians
pa sa
until the
probinsya
even.
yan.
And about the time of the sun going down, he died.
Dito pamilya ko sa Cebu. Nasa Cebu.
Chapter 19. Jehoshaphat is
Oh,
rebuked
yun yung
for
gamit
helping
ko ng
ungodly Ahab.
incognito. Yung...
He helps the people return to the Lord, sets up judges.
Anong yung 11... Yung 11 na
And
yan.
Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah,
Ha?
returned to his house in peace to Jerusalem. And
Opo,
Jehu, the
sa
son of
main
Hanani,
channel
the seer,
din.
went out to meet him.
Sa main channel, picture nyo din, makita your channel din. Sa baba nun,
Love them that hate the Lord.
turn on
Therefore his wrath upon thee
incognito.
from before the Lord.
Ito turn on nyo lang po.
There are good
Pag
things
babalik
found
na
in
kayo sa main
In
nyo,
that thou hast taken away the groves
i-turn
out
off
of the
nyo
land,
po.
and hast prepared
Tapos
thine heart
hindi
to
kayo
seek God.
maka-like, hindi kayo wala kayong
And he went out again through the people
dudut-dutin
from
kundi
Beersheba
watch
to
lang
Mount
yun,
Ephraim,
pang watch
and
lang
brought
yun.
them back unto the Lord God of
Hindi
their
ka
fathers.
makaka-like,
And he
di
sent
ka
judges in the land
makaka-subscribe, di ka
throughout all the fenced
makaka-bell
cities of Judah,
bell all
city
kasi
by
unknown
city,
siya.
and said
Pero
to the
sa
judges,
pagwa-watch,
Take heed what ye do,
counting siya.
for
Doon
ye
ako
judge not
nag-start.
for man, but for the Lord, who is with you in the judgment.
Traditional Healer TV. Anong 11? Yang 11 na yan.
For there is no iniquity with the Lord
Ano
our God,
11?
no
Tinuruan
respect
ko
of
si...
persons, nor taking of
Uy,
tithes.
ikaw, ginagamit mo ba yung
Moreover, in
incognito
Jerusalem did
mo?
Jehoshaphat set of the
Si
Levites,
Traditional
and of the
Healer
priests,
TV egg.
and of the chief
Ano
of the
yan
fathers
eh?
of Israel, for the
Yung...
judgment
Uy,
of the Lord,
di na
and for
nakapag-comment ito,
controversies, when
natapos
they
na.
returned to Jerusalem. And he
Naumpisa
charged
ng
them, saying,
daldal eh.
Thus shall ye do in the fear of the
Ayan
Lord,
na.
faithfully, and with a perfect heart.
Ito
And
pala
what
din
cause soever
nakakomment.
shall come to you of your brethren that dwell in their cities, between blood and blood, between law and commandment, statutes and judgments, ye shall even warn them that they trespass not against the Lord, and so wrath come upon you and upon your brethren. This do, and ye shall not trespass. And behold, Amariah, the chief priest, is over you in all matters
Kaya na
of the Lord.
nag-comment po
And
ako.
Zebediah, the son of
Pito,
Israel, the ruler of the house of Judah,
walo,
all
siyam,
the
pang
king's
siyam.
matters.
Nakasyam
Also
na
the
po.
Levites shall be officers before you. Deal courageously, and the Lord shall be with the good.
Chapter 20. The Ammonites and others attack Judah.
Hindi ka makadot-dot, watch lang. Pag i-turn on mo yung incognito, magdamag mo i-play yung ano mo. wala nang idot-dot doon, kundi watch lang yun. Yun po yung gamit ko sa laptop, incognito, kasi di na kailangan maglinis. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-clear history. No need clear history na kasi siya, kaya maganda po siyang gamitin. Okay, less work, less trabaho siya kasi hindi ka na maglinis. Wala na yung traditional healer TV. Diyan si Tom Guide Crow ko, watch lang natin.
And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem in the house of the Lord before the new court, and said, O Lord God of our fathers, art not thou
Natulog
God in
na
heaven,
ata si Joms
and rulest
Kilab.
not thou over all the
Nagtamsak
kingdoms of the
lang.
heathen? And in thine hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee? Art not thou our God, who didst drive out the inhabitants of this land before thy
Nantok
people
na ako,
Israel,
bukas naman
and
na.
gavest them to the seed of Abraham, thy friend forever? And they dwelt therein, and have built thee a sanctuary therein
May
for thy
premiere
name,
ako bukas.
saying,
Ano ba premiere
If
ko
when
ito?
evil cometh upon us,
5
as the
bukas,
sword,
no?
judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house, and in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help. And now behold, the children of Ammon, and Moab, and Mount Seir, whom thou wouldest not let
Bye-bye na
Israel
ako. Naantok
came
na
out of
ako.
the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not.
Nadyakitan ko na
Behold,
ba
I
ito?
say, how they reward us, to come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast
Ay.
given us to inherit. O our God, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this
Hindi
great
pa
company that cometh
nadyakitan
against
si
us.
Silvero.
Neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee.
Naantok
And
na
all
ako.
Judah
Bye-bye
stood
na,
before the Lord, with
mga
their little ones, their wives, and their
Kaherba.
children. Then upon Jehaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of
O
Benaiah,
wala, di,
the son of
kahit anong
Jeiel,
dot-dot mo
the
di
son of
yan
Mattaniah,
makaano.
a Levite of the sons of Asaph, came the Spirit of the Lord in the midst of the congregation. And he said, Hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith the Lord unto you, Be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle
Ay.
is not yours, but
Ay,
God's.
tangak na hide ko.
Tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the
Message
cliff of
deleted
Ziz,
by
and ye shall find them at the end of the brook, before the wilderness of Jeruel. Ye shall not need
tangak
to
na
fight in
delete.
this battle.
Buti na
Set
delete lang.
yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord
Ayan,
will be with you.
premiere ko,
And
premiere ko.
Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem
Patamsak
fell before
mga
the Lord,
Kaherba
worshiping the
sa
Lord.
premiere
And
ko.
the Levites, of the children of the Kohathites, and of the children
Bukas
of the Korhites,
at
stood up to
10
praise the Lord God of
PM.
Israel
Ay,
with
dapat
a loud
ayusin
voice
ko
on
ang...
high. And they rose early in the morning, and went
Dapat
forth into the
magpa-11
wilderness
na
of
lang
Tekoa.
ako.
And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye
Panonood
inhabitants of
lang.
Jerusalem. Be
Yung
ye in the
kung
Lord
ito
your
gamit
God.
lang yan pag
So
manood
shall ye be
ka sa
established.
YouTube.
Believe
Sa
his
sarili
prophets,
mong
so
YouTube.
shall ye prosper.
Yun
And
yung
when ye
start
had
na
consulted with the people,
tinatrabaho ko
he
nung
appointed
araw.
singers unto the Lord, and that should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army, and to say,
Di, pag
Praise the
naka-turn
Lord,
on na
for his
yung
mercy endureth
naka-turn
forever.
on na yung
And when they
incognito.
began to sing and to praise, the Lord set ambushments
Bawa yung
against the
kay
children of Ammon,
kay
Moab,
Rain,
and Mount
kay
Seir,
Rain
which were
Silvero
come
ay
against
i-turn
Judah,
on ko
and
ang
they were smitten. For the children of
incognito,
Ammon
turn
and
on
Moab stood
incognito.
up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir,
I-research mo,
utterly to slay and
i-research ko
destroy
lang,
them. And when they
i-research
had
ko
made
lang
an end of the
yung
inhabitants of Seir,
herbalistang
everyone looked to destroy
Pinoy.
another. And
That
when Judah came toward the watchtower
21.
in the wilderness, they looked unto the multitude, and behold, they were dead bodies fallen to the earth, and none escaped.
O yan,
And
kita.
when Jehoshaphat and his
Kita
people
yung
came to
akin.
take away the
Tapos,
spoil of them,
hindi yan
they
makadot-dot.
found among them in abundance,
Oo.
both riches with the dead
pindutin mo, ito turn off si incognito yan, di makadot-dot, di yan makasub, di yan maka-like, o kasi turn off incognito muna nakalagay. Watch lang siya, yan, magwa-watch.
For there they blessed the Lord. Therefore the
And
name of
sign
the
into
city
chat
was
ng
called
nakalagay.
Barteran unto this day. Then they returned, every man
Dawa,
to Judah and
research mo
Jerusalem,
yung
and
sa'yo.
Jehoshaphat in the forefront of them,
Naka-incognito
to
ako.
go again to Jerusalem with
Sarok
joy.
TV.
For the Lord had made them to rejoice over their
Silago.
enemies. And they came to Jerusalem with
Uy,
psalteries
Zarok.
and harps and
Ayan,
trumpets
no, kita.
unto the house of the Lord. And the fear of God
Sweet
was on
Siren
all the
nandyan.
kingdoms of those countries when they had heard that the Lord fought against the
Kita.
enemies of
Research
Israel.
mo lang
So the
yung
realm of
kuan
Jehoshaphat was
pangalan
quiet,
ng
for his
YouTube
God gave
mo.
him rest round about. And Jehoshaphat reigned over Judah.
Ganyan
He was
play.
35
Hindi na siya
years old when he began to
isasab.
reign.
Hindi rin
And he
maka-like.
reigned
Watch
25
lang yan.
years in
Tulong lang sa
Jerusalem.
watch hour.
And his mother's name was
Tak,
Azubah,
yan, ganyan.
the
May
daughter of
playlist
Shilhi.
kayo.
And he walked in the way of
Kung may
Asa his
playlist na
father,
kayo,
and
ayan,
departed
19
not
pa
from
lang
it,
videos na.
doing that which was
Ha?
right in the sight of
Ilan
the
ang
Lord.
bananas niyo?
Howbeit
18
the
pa
high
lang.
places were not
19
taken
pa
away,
lang lahat
for
ang
as yet the
videos
people
nyo.
had not prepared their hearts unto the God of their fathers. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat, first and last,
932 na po kayo. Yung
they
videos
are
nyo
written
is
in the book of
23.
Jehu, the son of Hanani, who is mentioned in the book of the kings of
You're
Israel.
incognito.
And after
Oo.
this did Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, join himself
Si
with
Sweet Syra.
Ahaziah, king of Israel, who did
Naharang
very
si Sweet
wickedly.
Syra.
And he joined himself with him to
Turn,
make ships
turn
to
off
go to
incognito
Tarshish.
pag babalik
And
ka
they
sa
made the
channel
ships in
mo.
Ezion-Geber. Then Eliezer, the son of Dodavah of Marisha,
O yan na.
prophesied against Jehoshaphat, saying, Because thou hast joined thyself with Ahaziah, the
Oh,
Lord hath broken thy
dit
works.
ko na yung...
And the ships were broken, that they were not able to go to Tarshish.
Chapter 21.
Oh, traditional healer TV, meron kang dalawang cellphone. So, Ayudahan harang na si Sweet Syra. Yung dalawang cellphone mo, yun nga lang, naka-charge magdamag kapag i-play mo. Habang tulog ka, turn on mo na si incognito. Yun,
And was buried with his
dun na sa
fathers in the
playlist
city of
mo.
David. And Jehoram his son reigned in his stead.
Sweet
And he had
Syra,
brethren, the sons of Jehoshaphat,
dyan si Sweet
Azariah,
Syra.
and Jehiel, and
Nantok na rin
Zechariah,
ako
and
eh.
Azariah, and Michael, and Shephatiah. All these were the sons
Yan,
of
tapos
Jehoshaphat,
na ako kay
king of
ano.
Israel. And their father gave them great gifts of silver, and of gold, and of precious things, with fenced cities in Judah. But the kingdom gave he to Jehoram,
Yung
because he was the firstborn.
incognito
Now when Jehoram was risen up
kasi
to the
nga
kingdom of his father,
tinuro
he
ko na yan
strengthened
kay
himself,
traditional
and slew
healer
all his
yung
brethren with the
incognito
sword,
kasi
and divers
nung
also of the
nag-start
princes of
ako
Israel.
mag
Jehoram was 30
YouTube
and 2
noon,
years
yung
old when he
100
began to
plus
reign,
pa lang yung
and he reigned
bananas
8
ko
years in Jerusalem.
na
He walked
may
in the way
namit
of the kings
akong
of Israel,
vlogger
like
na
as did the
nagturo
house
na
of Ahab.
yan daw
He
yung
had the
use
daughter
ng
of Ahab to wife,
incognito,
and he wrought
mapanood
that which
yung
was evil in the eyes
mga
of the Lord.
videos mo.
Howbeit the Lord would not
So
destroy the house of
magdamag,
David, because of the
ito turn
covenant that he had
turn
made
on
with
ko
David.
yung incognito
And
ko,
as he promised
iwa-watch
to
ko
give a
yung
light to
mga
him
videos.
and to his sons
Yun,
forever.
mabilis
In his
umarangkada yung
days
watch
the
hour
Edomites
ko.
revolted from under the dominion of Judah,
Hindi,
and made
nag-ano
themselves a king.
ako.
Then
Kasi
Jehoram went forth with his
nabuboring yung
princes and
iba.
all his chariots with him, and he
Wala
rose up
ng
by
TV,
night,
nasira.
and smote the Edomites which compassed him,
Cellphone lang yan
and the
dito.
captains of the chariots.
Sa ano,
So the Edomites revolted from
sa
under the hand of
nasa
Judah unto
Chronicle
this day.
na kasi ako sa Old
Same time
Testament,
also did Libnah revolt from
sa
under his hand,
2
because he
Chronicles
had forsaken the
chapter
Lord God of his
21 na
fathers.
nagbabasa.
Moreover, he made high
Yun.
places in the mountains of Judah, and caused
Cellphone
the
lang.
inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit
Wala kaming
fornication,
TV,
and
sira.
compelled Judah thereto. And there came a writing to him from Elijah the prophet,
Nag
saying,
turo lang ako sa incognito kasi si Sarok TV Silago ay nasira ang kanyang computer. So namomroblema siya sa kanyang watch hour sa kanyang YTC. ay malapit na siya gagraduate sa kanyang bananas. Nasa 930 na siya. O 70 bananas na lang ang kulang niya para makagraduate siya sa 1K. Pasok kanyang watch hour ay maliit pa ata. Kaya tinuruan ko paano gamitin ang incognito kasi dyan ako nag-umpisa noong may laptop naman ako. Di ko naman tinatamad akong gamitin. Tapos yung city ko, ito account ni Mr. Mula umpisa ito talagang nagpi-play. Traditional Healer TV. Maliit pa bananas ko. Ito nairam ko kay Mr. Sabi ko, hiramin ko ito mag-play all sa videos ko. Nilagay ko sa playlist. Yan, ito nakatulong magdamag yan. Ako lang nag-aasikaso. Account to ni Mr. Isa lang. Tapos yung turn on incognito sa kuan ko. Uy, nanigas yung ano.
Chapter 22. Ahaziah reigns in wickedness and is slain by Jehu. His mother Athaliah
Si Tradish ginagamit na niya yata incognito. Kaya lang di ka na makadot-dot nun, di ka maka-like, watch lang yun. Kahit anong dot-dot nun, di ka makadot-dot. Traditional Healer TV, yan yung gamit ko sa, pwede rin kasi yun sa computer, sa laptop. May turn on incognito, yun ang gamit ko. Yes, si Traditional Healer TV ay mag 2K ng kanyang WH. Malati na siguro mga traditional healer bago magpasko. Yahoo. Kaya yun, mabilis din marangkada yung tradisyon nag-ELS ka na everyday. Oo, si Tradish 500 plus na yung bananas niya, then ngalahati na yung bananas niya, mga ngalahati na rin yung watch hour niya, so malamang mag ano yan. Kaya sabi ko sa kanya, wag niya tigilan mag LS. Kasi dyan mabilis arangkada. Bira lang siya maka-record, maka-upload ng videos. Kasi yung cellphone niya is 64 GB lang. Okay, sabi ko push niya, minsan wawala ng pagas. Uy, di pwede, no ka. Awa ng Diyos, may monthly revenue tayo, di makakatulong na sa buhay natin. Okay, aarangkada naman yung revenue everyday, di ba? Kasi ilang milyon ba ang member ng YouTube? Ilang milyon ang magwa-watch? Kahit di tayo sikat, di tayo di tayo kilala, tawag dito, mapapanood at mapapanood naman yan. Naantok na ako. Asana yung mo? Ay, ito makaguto channel. Dalawa lang nabigay ko kay ito, makaguto channel ba? Okay, malamang sasabayan. Maganda yun kanya kasi sasabay arangkada ang bananas tsaka watch hour niya. Ako nauna yung bananas ko eh. Shri Krishna Vlog stay logo. Hello. Okay.
Azariah, the son of Jeroham,
Mag-play lang ako
and
kay
Ishmael,
Sweet
the son
Syra.
of Jehohanan, and Azariah,
Ang ganda
the son of
naman ng
Obed, and Maaseiah,
lugar sa
the son of
India.
Abidiah,
Sweet
and
Syra, ilang
Elishaphat,
taon
the
ka na
son of
dyan sa
Zikri,
India?
into covenant with him. And they went about in Judah,
Ano,
and
yung
gathered the
yung
Levites
inaanak
out
ko
of all
ano,
the cities of
Muslim.
Judah, and the
May
kings and
jahab
the
din
fathers
siya.
of Israel,
Cute.
and they came to
Ang
Jerusalem.
cute ng jahab.
And all the
Jahab yun, di ba
congregation made a
tawag doon?
covenant with the king in the
May
house of
jahab
God.
din yung pamangkin
unto
ko.
them,
Ay, yung inaanak
The
ko.
king's son shall reign,
Inaanak ko
as the Lord
babae.
hath said of the sons of David. This is the
Nagjajahab
thing
siya.
that ye shall do. A third part of you entering on the Sabbath of the priests and of the Levites shall be porters
De,
of the
ano,
vineyards,
yung
and a third part shall be
yung
at the king's
alagad
house,
mo naman
and a
pwede
third
naman
part at the
mag-play
gate of the
yan.
foundation.
Basta
And all
isang
the people
cellphone
shall
mo
be in the
may
courts of the
maraming
house of the
alagad.
Lord.
I-turn on mo lang yung incognito dun sa isang alagad. Tapos i-play mo na yung ano mo, yung playlist mo. Nagawa ka na ng playlist, di ba? Isa lang yan, isa lang sa isang incognito, sa main mo lang mag-watch yan. Ano ibig sabihin, ba't dalawa? Hindi pala, ha? Hindi pala pwede dalawa gamitin sa isang account na incognito. O, sa isang incognito, isa lang ang gamitin yan. Yung ano lang, okay, nag-watch ako kay sis, ano. Then, nandyan si Shri Krishna. Isa lang bro, yung main mo lang naman ng importante i-play para makakuha ka na umarangkada yung watch hour mo. Ay, sis Krishna. Wait lang, ano ako. Attendance. Good evening, Sister Krishna. How are you? Okay, OTW to you. Tapos na ba ako kan? Ay, hindi pala to makaano. Hindi pala to maka-play ng ano. Sister Krishna, I will give you one bananas today. Ay, wala din man makan. Long galing ni Sister Krishna, oh. Road to... Ay, di man makaano.
So they laid hands on her, and when she was come to the entering of the horse gate by the king's house, they slew her there.
Di
And
makadot-dot
Jehoiada
na
made
yun,
a
ah.
covenant between him and between all the people, and between the king, that they should be the Lord's people. Then all the people went to the house of Baal, and brake it down, and brake his altars and his images in pieces, and slew Matan the priest of
Ganon.
Baal before the altars. Also, Jehoiada appointed the offices
Siyempre,
of the house of the
traditionally,
Lord
Lord TV,
by the hand of the
malalaki ang
priests,
mga
the
ano,
Levites, whom David
matatangkad
distributed
ang
in
mga
the house of the Lord, to offer the
Indiano.
burnt offerings of the Lord, as it is written in the law of Moses, with rejoicing,
Di
and
man
with
ako
singing,
maka-play
as it
kay
was
ano.
ordained by David. And he set the
Ayan na.
porters at the
Ay,
gates
naku,
of the house of the
nadot-dot na.
Lord, that none which was unclean in anything should enter in. And he
Sana
took the
to.
captains of hundreds,
Ay, sa iba
and the
naman to
nobles, and
nag-play.
the
Tapos
governors
na
of the
kasi
people,
kay Sweet
and all
Syra.
the people of the land,
Ay,
and
kay
brought down
Sis
the king
Krishna
from the
naman
house of the
tayo.
Lord. And they came through the high gate into the king's house, and
Ibabay
set
na,
the king
nantok
upon
na
the
ako.
throne of the kingdom.
Panay babay
And
ni,
all
tas
the
hindi
people
pa
of the land
nakaano.
rejoiced. And the city was quiet
Play lang ako
after
kay
that they had
Sis
slain
Krishna.
Athaliah with the sword.
Ayun dyan pa si Tom
Chapter
Guide.
24. Joash
Hello
and
bro,
Jehoiada
Tom
received
Guide. You're
contributions
still
to
ano.
repair the house of the Lord.
You're still
Jehoiada
awake.
dies.
Ano oras ka
Joash
dun? Ay,
falls into
umaga pala sa
idolatry, slays a
ibang
prophet
bansa.
named Zechariah, and is himself slain in the conspiracy.
Joash was 7 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem.
A
His
warrior
mother's
must
name
only
also
prepare.
was Zibiah of Beersheba.
Ito
And
yung
Joash
ano,
did that which was
short
right in the
videos
sight of the
niya.
Lord all the days of Jehoiada the priest. And Jehoiada took for him 2 wives, and he begat sons and daughters. And it came to pass after
Sino
this
pa yung
that
nagawa
Joash
ko
was minded
kagabi?
to repair the house of the Lord,
Nakagawa
and
ako
to
ng
gather
ano.
together the priests and the Levites,
Sige na,
and said
bukas
to
na
them,
ulit, host.
Go
Antok
out
na ako,
into the
bukas
cities of
ulit.
Judah,
Sige,
and
bukas
gather
na
all
ulit.
Israel
Dalawa
money to
nilablab
repair
ko
the house
ngayon.
of your God from
Pito,
year to
walo,
year.
siyam na,
And
siyam.
see that ye hasten the matter.
Sige, hinay-hinay lang
Howbeit
para
the
hindi
Levites hastened it
malaglag.
not. And the king called for
Para di
Jehoiada the
kainin ni
chief,
Lolo.
and said unto him, Why hast thou not required of the Levites to bring in out of
Hindi,
Judah
yung,
and out of Jerusalem the collection,
di ba dun,
according to the
traditional
commandment
healer
of
TV.
Moses, the servant of the Lord,
Then dun sa
and of the
baba,
congregation
your
of Israel,
channel.
for the
Then dun sa
tabernacle of
baba, turn
witness.
on
For the sons of
incognito.
Athaliah, that
Pipindutin
wicked
mo
woman,
yun,
had
turn
broken
on
up the house of God,
incognito.
and also
Then,
all the
pag
dedicated
na-turn on
things
mo
of the
na yung
house of the Lord
incognito,
did they bestow upon Baalim.
hanapin
And
mo
at
na
the
yung
king's
traditional
commandment they
healer
made a
TV.
chest,
Dun sa
and set it
playlist,
without at the gate of
mag-play
the
all
house of
ka
the
na.
Lord.
Bukas,
And they made a
pag ibalik
proclamation
mo
through
na ang
Judah and
main
Jerusalem
channel mo,
to
i-turn
bring
off
into the
mo lang
Lord
yung
the collection
incognito.
that Moses, the servant of God, laid upon
Tapos
Israel in the wilderness.
yung sa isang
And all the
cellphone
princes
mo,
and all the people
diba
rejoiced,
meron
and
yung
brought in and cast into the
meron
chest,
yung
until
5
they had
alagad,
put an end.
si Maring
Now it
Len,
came to
kahit
pass
alin
that
doon,
at what time the chest was brought unto the king's
i-turn
office
on mo
by the
yung
hand of the Levites,
incognito.
and when they saw that there was much money, the king's
Kahit
scribe
yung
and the
kay
high
Maring
priest's
Len,
officer came
then
and took
i-turn
the
on mo
chest,
yung
and took it,
incognito.
and carried it to his place again.
Then playlist.
Thus they did day by day, and gathered money in abundance.
Saan? Sa ano?
And the king and Jehoiada gave it to such as did
Wala
the
na akong
service of the
pambay.
house of the Lord.
Okay lang po yan.
Hired
Basta
masons and
sa Rock TV
carpenters
sila
to repair
go.
the house of the
Basta
Lord.
visit po kayo
And
sa
also
aking
such as
LS.
brought iron
Tamsak
and brass
at
to
saka
mend the
wat
house
sa
of the Lord.
harang sapat na po
So the
sa
brethren
akin
wrote,
para
and the work was
mailablab
perfected
ko
by
sa
them.
inyo ang
And
aking
they set the house of God in good state,
51
and strengthened
alagad.
it. And when they had finished it,
Ibigay ko sa
they
inyo
brought
ang
the rest of the money
51
before the king
bananas.
and Jehoiada,
Hinay-hinay lang ha
whereof were
para
made
hindi
vessels for the
malaglag.
house of the Lord,
Dalawa
and
lang po
vessels for
ngayon.
minister,
So, bukas
and to
kung
offer withal,
makagala po kay Bro
and
Sarok
vessels
sa
of
aking
gold and silver.
LS 2 p.m.
And
or
they offered burnt
sa gabi
offerings to
ulit
the house
10
of the Lord
p.m. yun.
continually,
Kahit isang oras
all
lang,
the
dalawang
days
oras.
of Jehoiada.
Okay na yan.
But Jehoiada
Mabibigyan ko po kayo
and
ng
was
dalawa
full of
ulit
days when he
bukas.
died.
Nandito
And
kasi yung
130
20.
years old was he.
Dito yung dito
And they buried
21
him
na
in the city
lahat.
of David among
21.
the kings,
Ito
because
isa
he
lang
had done
dikit
good
na.
to Israel, both
Ito
toward God
5.
and toward themselves. Now after the death of Jehoiada,
Traditional
came the
Healer
princes of
TV
Judah,
naka-play
and
na
made
si
obeisance to the king.
ay si Maring Len.
And he
Tinorn
hearkened
on mo
unto
na
them.
yung
And they left
incognito
the house
niya.
of the Lord God of their fathers, and served groves and idols. And wrath came upon
Ano
Judah
yan
and
sa
Jerusalem
pilitan na,
for these many
naawa ko
years.
sa kanya panay ang
He sent
sabi wala
prophets to
akong
them
pambayad
to
sa
bring them
yuhos
again
kasi
unto
yung,
the Lord.
yung
And they
bananas
testified
niya
against them,
10 lang
but they
nagpa-barter
would not
sa'yo
give
ng
them.
10.
And the Spirit
8
of
pa
God
lang
came
ata na
upon
dikit.
Zechariah, the son of
Ewan ko
Jehoiada
kung
the priest, which
may
stood
dalawa
above
pa
the
siya
people, and said
na
unto them,
problema. Wala doon siyang
Thus saith
pambayad sa
God,
dahil
why transgress ye
51
the
lahat
commandments
yung
of the Lord,
bananas ko.
that ye cannot prosper?
Sabi ko,
Because ye have
tamsak,
forsaken the Lord,
tamsak, tsaka
have also forsaken ye,
panood lang ng
and they
aking
conspired
harang
against you,
sapat
and
na.
stoned him with stones at the commandment of the king
Oo na,
of the house of the Lord. Thus
kain
Joash the
tayo.
king
Uy,
remembered not the
kakain mo lang
kindness which Jehoiada
hapunan.
his father had done to him.
Ay, hindi, ibang oras pala si,
And when he died, he said,
ibang oras pala doon si
and require it. And it came to pass at the end of the year that the host of Syria came up against him. And they came to
bukas
Judah and
dapat
Jerusalem,
na wala
and
pala
destroyed
akong
all the
pang
princes of the
text
people from among the people, and sent
sa
all the spoil
tubig.
of them unto the king of Damascus.
Ay, haluan mo na lang yan,
For the
yung
army of the Syrians
pinakuluan.
came with a small company of men.
I-mix
The
mo
Lord
yung
delivered a
sa
very great
takore.
host into their hand, because they
Huwag
had
mo
forsaken
busin
the
yan.
Lord God of their fathers,
Walang laman isa
So
eh,
they
baka may
executed
kakatok
judgment
bukas ah.
against Joash. And when they were departed from him, for they left him in great diseases, his own servants conspired against him for the blood of the sons of Jehoiada the priest.
Tama, pag may maitulong, tumulong, si Lord
And they
ang
buried him in the
magbayad
city of
niyan.
David, but they buried him not in the
Tradition.
sepulchres of the kings.
Oo nga,
And these are they that
nakatulong
conspired
naman na
against
yan
him.
si Sarok sa
Zabad,
pagpasok
the
sa
son of
LS
Shimeah,
ko,
and
tinamsakan niya,
Hamarites,
nagwatch siya
and
sa ano.
Jehozabad, the son of Shimrith, a Moabitess.
Ano mo kayo?
Si
Now
Sweet
concerning
Syra
his
ay
sons, and the greatness of the
nag
burdens laid upon him,
nagtanong bakit
and the
malit
repairing of the
yung
house of God,
kanyang kapre.
of the kings. And Amaziah his son reigned in his stead.
Ay, ito may kanin pang bahaw.
Chapter 25.
Di pa pala naubos yung
Smites the Edomites, worships false gods. A prophet foretells Amaziah's destruction. Judah is defeated by Israel, and Amaziah is slain in the conspiracy.
Amaziah was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoiada of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, but not with a perfect heart. Now it came to pass, when the kingdom was established,
ito na oh.
that he slew his servants,
Dali.
and killed the king his father. But he slew not their children, but did as
Ay,
it is written in
bilanggo.
the law in the book of Moses, where the Lord commanded, saying, The fathers shall not die for the children, neither shall the children die for the
Ay.
father, but every man shall die for his own sin. Moreover, Amaziah gathered Judah together, and made them captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, according to the houses of their fathers, throughout all Judah and Benjamin. And he numbered them from 20 years old and above, and found them 300,000 choice men, able to go forth to war, that could handle spear and shield. He hired also 100,000 mighty men of valor out of Israel, for 100 talents of silver. But there came a man of God to him, saying, O king, let not the army of Israel go with thee, for the Lord is not with Israel, to wit, with all the children of Ephraim. But if thou wilt go, do it. Be strong for the battle. God shall make thee fall before the enemy, for God hath power
Tama
to
na.
help and to cast down. And Amaziah said to the man of God,
Wait
But
lang.
what shall we do for the 100 talents which I have given to the army of Israel? And the man of God answered, The Lord is able to give me much more than this. Then Amaziah separated them, to wit, the army that was come to him out of Ephraim,
Alamang, alamang.
wherefore their anger was greatly kindled against Judah, and they returned home in great anger. And Amaziah strengthened himself, and led forth his people, and went to the valley of Salt, and smote of the children of Seir 10,000. And other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive, and brought them unto the top of the rock, and cast them down from the top of the rock, that they all were broken in pieces. But the soldiers of the army which Amaziah
Mo
sent
dito
back,
ilagay ito.
that they should not go with him to battle,
Sila na
fell upon the cities of Judah, from Samaria even unto Beth-horon, and smote 3,000 of them, and took much spoil. Now it came to pass, after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites,
Bukas may kakatok ng tubig eh
and set
ano.
them up to be his gods, and bowed down himself before them, and burnt incense unto them. Wherefore the anger of the Lord was kindled against Amaziah, and he sent unto him a prophet, which said unto him, Why hast thou sought after the gods of the people, which could not deliver their own people out of thine hand? And it came to pass, as he talked with him, that the king said unto him, Art thou made of the king's counsel? Forbear.
Sinabi mo pa tradis.
Then the prophet forbare, and said, I know that God hath determined to destroy thee, because thou hast done this, and hast not hearkened unto my counsel. Then Amaziah king of Judah took advice, and sent to Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, the son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, Come, let us see one another in the face. And Joash king of Israel sent to Amaziah king of Judah, saying, The thistle was in Lebanon,
mag-share na ako ng
brought him to Jerusalem and break down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate
kaakyat
to the corner gate 400 cubits. And he took all the gold and the silver and all the vessels that were found in the house of God with Obed-Edom, and the treasures of the king's house, the hostages also, and returned to Samaria. And
tawa ka ng tawa
Amaziah,
traditional healer. Bibi, maya makautot ka dyan ay.
son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, years. Now the rest of the acts of
Kahit nga
Amaziah,
si
first and last,
may nilagay pala ako dito.
kings of Judah and Israel. Now
Ah,
after the time that Amaziah did turn away from following the
tawa ka ng tawa, sweet Syra. Maya makautot ka dyan ay. Maya kabagan ka pa dyan.
but they sent to Libya
Traditional healer daw. Pindutin mo yun. Doon yan sa timer.
his fathers in the city of Judah.
Kumakain si sweet Syra.
Uzziah reigned prosperous as long as he keeps the commandments, transgresses, attempts to burn incense upon the altar, and is cursed with leprosy.
Then all the people of Judah took Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in the room of his father Amaziah. He built Eloth and restored it to Judah, after that the king slept with his fathers. 16 years old was Uzziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem.
Ginawan ko
His
yan.
mother's name also
Ikaw
was
wala kang
Jecoliah
ganyan, no?
of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord,
Ha, nakalimutan
according
ko
to all
na.
that his father Amaziah did.
Ha,
But he
nakalimutan
sought
na
God
ako
in the days
gumawa.
of Zechariah, who had understanding in the visions of God.
Nakalimutan na ako gumawa ng
God
night
made him to
boot.
prosper. And he went
Ha?
forth and warred against the Philistines, and brake down the wall of Gath, and the wall of Jabneh, and the wall of Ashdod, and built cities about Ashdod, and among the Philistines.
Nakalimot
Helped him against the
na
Philistines,
ako
and
gumawa
against
ng...
the Arabians,
La,
who dwelt
bakit
in
wala
Arabia,
ka night
and the
boot?
Meunites. And the Ammonites gave gifts to Uzziah, and his name spread abroad even to the
Ilagay mo
Ephraim
pala
and
yung
Judah.
tradis, yung ano, tawa ka ng tawa.
Moreover, Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem at the corner gate, and at the valley gate,
Nakaano na
and at the
si...
turning of the wall, and fortified them. Also he built towers in the desert, and digged many wells. For he had much
Pwede mo yan
cattle both in the low
pwede mo
country
yan
and in the
gawin.
plains,
Madami kang
husbandmen
pwedeng
also, and
i-type
vine
dyan.
presses in the mountains and in Carmel, for he loved husbandry. Moreover, Uzziah had
Ay, oo,
horses
sa
to fight
command
with,
pala yan, sa
that went
command.
out to war by bands, according to the number of
Naka-ilis
their
na
account
si
by
Sis
the hand of
Analo.
Jeiel the scribe.
Ayan na, done na
His son
sa'yo.
Hanani.
Ay, that was Sri Krishna Vlogs. Hello, go watching
The
to
chief
your
of the
video.
fathers of the mighty men of
Teka
valor
lang,
were
sino
2,600,
nag-LS?
and under their hand was an army 300,000 and 7,000 and
Ay, si
5,000
ano LS
that
na.
made war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for them throughout all the host shields and spears and helmets and habergeons and bows and slings to cast stones. And he made in Jerusalem engines invented by cunning men
Oh,
to be on the towers and upon the bulwarks, to shoot arrows and great stones withal. And his name spread far, for he was marvelously helped, till he was strong. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction, for he transgressed
pwede na
against
kaya
the
yun?
and went into the temple of the Lord
Oh,
to burn incense upon the altar of incense. And Azariah the
pwede na
priest
yun?
went in after him, and with him 80 priests of the Lord that were
Itlog
valiant
niya
men.
dalawa.
And they withstood Uzziah the king, and said unto him, It appertaineth not unto thee, Uzziah, to burn incense unto the Lord, but to the priests, the sons of Aaron, that are consecrated to burn incense. Go out of the sanctuary, for thou hast trespassed, neither shall it be for thine honor from the Lord God. Then Uzziah was wroth,
Sabiya kasi ang
and
lakas
sent ready sand to
mag-apoy.
burn incense. And while he was wroth with the priests, the leprosy even rose up in his forehead before the priests in the house of the Lord, from beside the incense altar. And Azariah the chief priest, and all the priests, looked upon him, and behold, he was leprous in his forehead. And they thrust him out from thence. Yea, himself hasted also to go out, because the Lord had
Ikaw na kaya
Son of
magbalat.
Ahaz, right. So Isaiah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the field of the burial which belonged to the kings. For they said, he is a leper. And Jotham his son reigned in his stead.
Chapter 27. Jotham reigned
Gluto ng dalawang itlog si Kap.
Jotham was 25 years old when he began to reign,
Dalawa.
and he reigned
Niluto niya
16
ang
years in Jerusalem. His
itlog.
mother's name also was Jerusha,
Ay,
daughter of
binuwag lang.
and he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all
Oo,
that his
nandun
father
na
Uzziah
ako.
did. Howbeit, he entered not into the temple of the Lord.
Sige, sweet Syra.
He built the high gate of the house of the Lord, and on the wall of Ophel he built much. Moreover, he built cities in the mountains of Judah, and in the forests he built castles and towers. He fought also with the king of the Ammonites, and prevailed against them. And the children of Ammon gave him the same
Tamsak
year
ako kaya lang di
100 talents of silver,
makakomment.
and 10,000 measures of wheat, and 10,000 of barley. So much did the children of Ammon pay unto him, both the second year and the third. So Jotham
Tradish,
became great,
bye-bye na, matulog
because
na
he
tayo.
prepared his ways before the Lord his God. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham,
Andito, balatan mo kaya ang init eh.
lo, they are written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah. He was 25 years old
Oo nga, binabad ko eh. Sabi mo balatan ko.
in Jerusalem.
O, paano ibabad kung babalatan na?
His fathers, and they buried him in the city of David.
Yo,
And Ahaz his son reigned in his stead.
Chapter 28.
yo.
Ahaz reigns in
Dapat
wickedness
ikaw na
and
kasi
practices idolatry.
naghawak ako ng paa.
By Israel. The captives are freed by the command of a prophet. The Edomites and Philistines are captured.
Mabalatan.
Ahaz continued his idolatrous ways.
Ahaz was 20 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. But he did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord, like David his father.
Asan na yung
He walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, and made also molten images for Baalim. He burned incense in the belly of the son of David, and burned his children in the fire. After the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord had cast out before the children of Israel, he sacrificed also and burnt incense in the high places, and on the hills, and under every green tree. Therefore the Lord his God delivered him into the hand of the king of Syria. And they smote him, and carried away a great multitude of them captives, and brought them to Damascus. And he was also delivered into the hand of the king of Israel, who smote him with a great slaughter. For Pekah, the son of Remaliah, slew in Judah 120,000
Oh.
in one day, which were all valiant men, because they had forsaken the Lord God of their fathers. And as for the governor of Canaan, who was next to the king, the children of Israel carried away captive of their brethren 200,000, women, sons, and daughters, and took also away much spoil from them, and brought the spoil to Samaria. But a prophet of the Lord was there, whose name was Oded. And he went out before the host, the king of Samaria,
And he
and
went
said unto them,
out.
Behold, because the Lord God of your
Behold,
fathers
behold.
was
Ay, ang
wroth
sarap
with you,
na.
he hath delivered them into your hand, and ye have slain them in a rage that reacheth up unto heaven. And now ye purpose to keep under the children of
Kunti
Judah
na
and
lang
Jerusalem
ating
for
ano.
bondmen and bondwomen unto you.
Gan,
But are there not with you, even with you,
tapos na.
sins
Nilagay
against the
na
Lord
lahat
your
dito.
God? Now hear me therefore, and deliver the captives
Lahat
again,
may
which ye
mautangan
have
tayo,
taken
no?
captive of your brethren. For the fierce wrath of the
Ang
Lord
sarap
is
nito.
upon you. Then certain of the heads of the children of Ephraim, Azariah the son of Johanan, Berechiah the son of Meshillemoth, and Jehizkiah
Wala na,
the son of
nilagay
Shaphan,
na sa
and Amasa the son of
Tupperware.
Adlai, stood up against
Wala
them
na
that came
tubig.
from
Ay,
Midian,
nakuha
and
na
said
ng
unto
tubig.
them, Ye shall not
Ay,
bring
Diyos
in the
ko.
captives hither. For whereas we have
Lahat
offended
ng
against the
kilos,
Lord
ano.
already, ye intend to
Lahat
add
ng
more to our
kilos,
sins
mani,
and to our
mani.
trespass. For our trespass is great, and there is fierce wrath against Israel. So the armed men left the
ka lang mag-play ako kay Traditional Healer TV. Pagbibili ng gamot. Play ako sa Traditional Healer TV na kain ta itlog. Playlist. O naka-add na ba sa playlist ang ano mo? Playlist. Add playlist ang mga ba dami na. Uy, saan na yung mga bago? Ay, nasa ano, baba, ba't baliktad? Mali, dapat isort ano to. Napakasipag nga ni. Ay, Traditional Healer TV. Nasali mo yung kay HL Vlog sa ano mo, i-remove mo yan sa playlist mo ng LS. Lahat ng playlist ng LS mo, tapos ay dapat itong mga maiiksi. LS din ba to? Ay itong Hilot Session 14, alisin ang 14 minutes tsaka 16 minutes. LS ba yun? Tapos yung kay HL ay nasali dito sa LS. Oh, kakainin ulit. How are you, Sisi? I'm fine, Sisi. I'm playing your video. My 8 members playing last night in my laptop. Oh. Kasi may itlog. Yeah, later I will try. But my laptop is low batt. I can't play if the area is very hot. It's a summer here. I'm eating boiled egg. I will eat this one. Tapos ka na? Yung sa ano naman, dyan o, mabusan tubig mga bata. Dapat magpa-deliver bukas. Oh, dyan lang. Yan. Eh, dapat hindi may malamig inino mo eh. Ay, hindi siya gaano luto. Paano nag-boiled siya ni dalawa? Wala ka, nag-play all ako sa bagay. Hanggang dito lang yun sa may nahalong HL Vlogs. Traditional Healer TV. Check nyo po yung playlist nyo ng LS kasi may nahalong maiiksi. Hi Sister Debia. Okay, I will play your video. Tig-isa kami. Si mami. Nakatulog ako sis ngayon. Namin nagising. Ha? Si mami pa. Gising-gising si mami. Katawa si mami. Oo nga, sabi ko tutulog ka na eh. I-remove mo si HL TV tapos i-remove mo yung mga maiiksi, hindi mo LS, then ilipat mo sa ano, remove lang yun, remove. Pag remove, mawawala yung sa LS playlist, then ano lang, ilagay mo dun sa ano, yung mga maiiksi. Ano ba laman ng playlist mo lang? Palitan mo nga ng title. Ilagay mo na lang mga short videos ko. Mga short videos ko or my short videos, ganyan. Yun kay mami. Kay mami, yung mga LS niya. Dapat nga yung LS na shirt ni mami, hindi na dun ihalo, no? May 7 na si mami. Ay, mami, yung LS niyo po kanina na public na ba? Pwede na yun i-check eh. Sister Divya Kitchen and Vlogs, I will give you 1 banana today. Okay, try natin muna si ano. Okay, nag-switch ako. I will give you 1 banana today. Devia's Kitchen and Vlog, shout out to you. I will give you 1 banana. Okay. Sister Divya, how's your WH? How's your what's our? Hala ka. I-edit nyo na po, mami. Nandun na yon. Punta na kayo sa library. Then your videos. Then napin nyo po yung LS nyo. Yung LS natin na kasama si Tradis, ay na-send ko na po sa inyo ang thumbnail. Ngayon, i-save nyo po yung thumbnail na sa Messenger. Ngayon, i-edit nyo din yung thumbnail nung nandyan din si Tradis, yung 3 tayo. Para maganda tingnan. Di ba may thumbnail akong ginawa sa ating 3? Iba sa'yo, iba sa akin. Iba kay Tradis. Yan na mami, go to ano ka na? Go to library. Hindi man ako makaan. Tambay ako dun kay sis Analo. Naku, na-stress daw si mami sa kanyang play tayo kay sis ano. May play ko rin kayo. Kung galaw na lang ako. Okay, done to you. Stevia. Saan yun? Mas masarap yung inihaw dyan sa gilid. Kaya ano alam gamitin. Si Sis Debbie alam niya gamitin yung ano. Traditional Healer TV. Mami, member ko kayo. Di kayo marunong gumamit ng emoji ko. Yeah, it's very hot here. I'm not using electric fan. Only pamaypay. Pamaypay. Abaniko. In other word in Tagalog, abaniko. This is our abaniko. Made in Philippines. This is worth 20 pesos. It's very hot here. I'm playing your video now, sister. Ay, meron ng ano. How's your watch our sister Divya? I have visitor connected to you. Just just visit your comment section if have I tell them to connect with you. Really? I want only 300cc. Okay, I will play again your video tonight. O, buti pa si Sister Devia have how many videos in your one playlist? 100 plus, right? Sister Devia's making more and more videos. Okay, go. Umarangkada na ang kanyang watch hour. $300 watch hour left. Yahoo, go. Every day, when I do live streaming, then if no other visitor, I play your videos in my 4 mobiles like that. If all my 8 members, I play your videos when I'm on live streaming. If no visitor, if they fly away fly away, I will play your videos in my 4 mobile. Yeah, for your watch hour. You see Nightbot. Dropping your videos. I choose your videos is 12 minutes. Yeah, I choose 12 minutes. Then if no visitor, I play your videos. My members now is 8. 8 na kayo lahat. Yan ang madiscarding mommy is here. Traditional Healer TV is here. Oh, tao po. Nasaan na kayo? Natutulog na naman ata si mami. Yes, sino yung nagtambay? Okay, I will play your video again. The next Traditional Healer TV, I play her playlist. Okay, Sisi, good night, sweet dream. Okay, bye. I will finish my ride. rice and egg. You're welcome. Okay, sige. Traditional Healer TV. Bye-bye. Sige na, matulog na. Ako din matutulog na. Tapos ko kumain, matulog na din ako. Ay, mag-edit pa pala ako. Magawa pa pala ako ng upcoming premiere. Traditional Healer TV, bago ka matulog, mag-set up ka na po ng premiere mo, ay LS mo po bukas. Kasi pwede nyo po yan mapatamsakan. Bye bye. Good night everyone. Oo. Ano, mag-edit pa ako ng video. Mag-set up naman ako ng upcoming LS ko bukas. Bago matulog, mag-set up ka na. Ako kailangan i-set up kasi i-on ko pa yung dollar sign. Mamaya hindi ma-on yung dollar sign eh. Tagal matulog. Hapon naman kanin ko bukas. Bye bye. Si Papa asin lang magbukas dito. Bye bye. Good night. Thanks much everyone. God bless. End ko na.